name.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, "Hey, Marky"? It might be as almost to the point of Ruth.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
On 100.5 ESPN.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
The ESPN Wisconsin app.
WILDE TAUSCH.
And ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's WILDE Touch, isn't it?
This is WILDE Tauschch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Tuesday edition, but it's a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday all rolled into one in the Packers World edition. The short week, and not a lot of time for two of your five starting offensive linemen to heal from injuries they sustained against the Lions edition. The Evan Cohen scheduled to appear edition after he appeared on Wisconsin College Game Day on Saturday. And I would like to welcome Micah Parsons to the Lucas Van Ness support group. I've been saying that this could be a breakout year for him, and apparently someone who knows a lot more about football than I do, Micah Parsons, feels the same way edition of WILDE Tauschch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, sort of, on Twitter. I got the link. I click on it. Nothing happens. It's supposed to start at 9 a.m. It's after 9 a.m. Also on Facebook and on YouTube. And, of course, everything you could possibly want or need from ESPN Wisconsin on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, and all-customizable ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Android and Apple app stores. I'm Jace Wilde in Green Bay. Weird Tuesday here in Green Bay. Locker room at 12:30, so I'll be headed over there right after the show. Matt LaFleur talking to us at 4:50, which is not ideal for my schedule, I got to be honest. But, if it works for him, that's the most important thing. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios.
We got a lot not working today. I'm not happy about it.
Somebody's grumpy. Somebody's tired and grumpy. Where's that hotkey?
Yeah.
This is Jesse today, not OT.
No, I got a good night of sleep,
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
I fell asleep in the third quarter of that game last night. All of our cameras aren't working, so
that's
Tausch is in
frustrating.
studio today,
That's
so
why
I
I
can't
should-
put him
Sure
on.
he is.
That's why I should just go to my undisclosed location. It just seems like the show runs smoother when I'm at my undisclosed location.
I can't get us started on Twitter for some reason, and I don't know why. And
Probably your fault.
And then the YouTube thing, we got, I think, mixed signals on what needs to be happening there. So I thought I had that actually running, and apparently it's not. And so there's just
Somebody's a little
this is a debacle
today.
right
Can I tweet this photo out that Jesse?
He looks rattled.
You just sent some Jesse.
Somebody's
he looks
rattled.
He looks both stunned and irritated all at the same time.
He is very, very frustrated. Very.
So from the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, a man that you were mad at me yesterday for getting after you or Sunday.
No, you're just trying to pee
you're just
trying to pee in my Cheerios. I didn't need urination in my Cheerios yesterday. I had gotten home late. I've been grinding all week. Had a great weekend, and you're trying to pee in my Cheerios. I wasn't gonna have it. That's all right.
I just want to explain myself briefly.
No, I don't. Though I don't want to go down.
Wow, you're very far.
I don't want to go down the Cheerio urinator.
That's what
again,
we got working. If you see it,
hey, it's not bad. It's better than nothing.
Where is it? Is this camera on the moon?
This is usually my webcam.
This looks like when we had the Cardinal, the Cancer Classic against Middleton Sun Prairie when we had the video from like 16 rooftops. That's what this looks like.
Somewhere from Waveland Avenue, high above Wrigley Field, it is Mark Tauscher.
I've been taking a little shrapnel. I'm going to give Jesse a little break here. I've been taking a little shrapnel about the J.J. McCarthy. Everybody think J.J. McCarthy's the answer? Like Minnesota is. Are we really worried about the Minnesota Vikings after what we watched last night? Because I certainly am not. Like, great. Kudos to him for bouncing back. Yep. And throwing, doing what he did late. But Minnesota is going to struggle offensively in a big way this year. Their defense is going to be good. But I don't think I came across last night any more concerned about where the Vikings. I think Minnesota is going to be who we thought they were. They're going to be a good defensive team that's going to struggle a lot on offense. And I am not worried about the Minnesota Vikings if I'm a Green Bay Packer fan. I'm not.
So, a couple things. First of all, I didn't think either team was very impressive last night. It was not a good game for most of what we watched. He did rally them. They scored touchdowns on 3 straight drives. He did make. He makes a good throw on the touchdown to Justin Jefferson. The touchdown to Aaron Jones. Great play by Aaron Jones, right? The ball's underthrown, and he makes it across the goal line.
I know this is going to be unpopular, but Aaron Jones should be RB2 up there.
Yeah, Mason looked really good. But I thought Aaron Jones showed that he's still got what it takes.
Yeah, he still can play, but old boy's better.
Yeah, and then obviously they get the go-ahead score. I did not think either team was. I said this to our little group chat. Could the Packers go? Talk about being overreactionary. It doesn't happen very often with me. Could the Packers go from going 1-5 in the division to going 6-0 in the division now that they've beaten the Lions once? Like, I'm not saying Thanksgiving will be a cakewalk. I think the Lions are going to be a good team still. I think they're going to get more comfortable with both their coordinators. I think Jared Goff is going to, he was it was what you talk about all the time with him. Get him out of rhythm, get him off the spot, and he's not very good. You were right about that again on Sunday. But I did not see anything last night that made me think, boy, J.J. McCarthy is going to be a problem to deal with for the next decade.
And by the way, Jesse and I, when we went to Hard Rock Casino Rockford, I don't know what we got in at, but I just saw it get up this morning. And listen, Vegas bounces, kind of goes with the wind a little bit. The Packers are now like big boy odds-on favorites, like -175, which means you have to even put down more to earn less than what it was before. So the Lions are second, Vikings are, and the Bears are like 11, but at a big number. The Packers are the odds-on favorite to win the North, and it's not close. That gap that used to be, they're second or third, so they're overreacting. This is the business, right? You see you analyze what you saw that week, and then you project what you think is going to happen. I don't think this team is going to, I think Green Bay showed offensively enough that you feel like they're going to get better, and defensively they're going to get better. Now, of course, injuries can come into play. Can you imagine what Ben Johnson and KOC are going to have to think about? They couldn't protect the quarterback really well last night. Green Bay's front now with Micah is better than any of those groups. Like, we went from having whose roster's better, who's this, Is there anybody that's going to tell us that the Packers roster isn't better than the other three teams in this division? Anybody?
I don't think so. I don't think there's anyone that would argue that. Now, again, I think the Vikings defense has a lot of really good players on it.
They are very good. Yes, I agree.
There's a lot of breathless praise for J.J. McCarthy based on what he did in the final 3 possessions.
I still think Kirk Cousins is going to be in play with that team.
So that's where you were taking your shrapnel? Did you tweet that out? That wasn't just a text to us?
No,
you
I did both. I
public
just, you know what? I hadn't put out a fun little tweet in a while, and I thought, because this is
Did it turn out to be fun?
I don't care. I told y'all a couple months ago and said that Kirk Cousins is going to end up back. When Aaron Rodgers signed with Pittsburgh, I thought Kirk Cousins is going to go and he can be like that mentor bridge. Well, then they signed Carson Wentz, which is cute, but I think if you're Minnesota, you'd rather have Kirk Cousins, who knows the system even that much better, has the relationship with those wideouts. He could come in and be that bridge guy when Atlanta decides they want to get rid of him, and Atlanta will decide that. Minnesota would be the natural fit for him to go. And then I think you could start looking at Minnesota maybe a little. Now, if J.J. McCarthy plays like he did the last 15 minutes, oh, baby. You know, that he was really good. Do I think that's how this season is going to go? I think he is going to really Kirk Cameron for a while. I think there's going to be Kirk Cameron on Kirk. You saw it last night. But he did, to his credit, he had the growing pains and he grew up, and he did get the job done in the fourth. So Minnesota fans should be excited about what they saw in the fourth quarter, but I think realizing this is not going to be the same type of season they had last year. They're not going to win every close game. It's going to be more of a struggle than what they've dealt with in the past, and I think you're going to see that play out pretty early this season.
How should Bears fans feel since you're
pretty dejected?
Acknowledging
I think pretty dejected. Their quarterback has a lot of talent, but he's just an inaccurate thrower of the football. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like, I don't know. Great talent. He's going to get better with Ben Johnson, and I think that system. But I don't think for this year, I don't know if you should feel that much more encouraged. You just lost a home game that you had right in your grasp. You should have won that game going away. You got a pick 6. You were dominating the football game. And when you lose those games, and especially when you're in a new system, it takes a little time to callous, and it takes a little time to kind of figure things out. Guys are still, I said earlier, we have a lot of fans that were kind of the Badger fans kind of dipping their toe to see, and this weekend is you either jump in the pool or you're going to kind of probably pull back. I feel that same way if I'm a Bears fan. It's like, all right, you told me this. I'm going to stick with you, and we're going to hang in. But if things are going to be different, things should have looked different last night. And when they don't, that snowball can start rolling, and I think that's where I think you're going to be 100% right. It's and I said this all offseason. It's going to be Green Bay and Detroit. Like, that's who this is going to be. And Detroit, they said all the right things after the game. We'll see. It's going to be 2.5 months before we get a chance to see him again, and we'll see what has changed. But Green Bay has positioned themselves very nicely in what I don't think by the end of the year people are going to say this is the toughest division in football. I don't believe we're going to do that. I think you're going to see two teams that are one team that will not make the playoffs and another team that will be in that 7, 8, 9 battle it out royale at the end of the year to try to get that 7th slot.
Yeah, I think the Vikings, you know I hold Matt LaFleur in high regard. Who has the best coach in the division?
Minnesota.
Yeah, I think so too. Yep. I'm glad we agree. We also agree when it comes to Pella Windows and Doors in Wisconsin.
Crazy? Isn't that crazy to say? Like, where would you have LaFleur ahead of Dan Campbell?
I would.
I would too.
I would. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would.
But I wouldn't have anybody ahead of Gina Della.
Thank you again for that reset, Jason, and I agree 1,000% when a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home. Not Jesse. You invited me into the home, and I think Becca wants me to come back, take a look at all the stuff in the freezers and fridges again, right? But when you see that experience and professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision to be the company that people want to do business with. Order by the end of the month. Get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more. I have never... Jesse's been producing the show for a long time. He does, and again, he needs pats on the back because we're all sensitive around here. He does a great job.
Yeah, agreed.
He is as rattled as I've ever seen him. He told me, will you please, a radio host, he told me, will you please stop talking? Like those words came from his mouth.
What?
Yeah. He is rattled
Jesse.
on rattled. He is in the deserts of Arizona with rattlesnakes everywhere, and you just hear him at night going, whatever a rattlesnake sound does. That's what you are right
I
now.
don't think that's it.
All right,
Jesse, have you solved your
issue? Why don't you do a
issue?
little rattlesnake for me? That's definitely not it.
It's like the Irish pirate of the animal
Do
kingdom.
rattlesnakes. As you were, I said stop talking to
No,
me
you said, will you
because
please
stop
talking?
When you talk to me off air from in there, it mutes everything else. And I was in the middle of talking to Jason, telling him about how everything was going wrong.
Okay.
And then you started
You
talking,
were
saying
very
something
angry.
else was
very,
wrong.
very angry.
He's an angry little elf. Jesse, have you solved the issues now?
One by one, we're getting there. We're on Twitter. We're on YouTube. We got Tausch's camera working. We're getting there. I'm punting on Facebook today. We're not on Facebook today. Sorry, Facebook.
Sorry, Facebook. I've noticed I get a lot of alerts that people are really enjoying that, by the way. So
Well, then let's get it back on Facebook.
maybe you can work on that when you have time.
LinkedIn was just somebody sent me on LinkedIn. They said they love it. Get it on LinkedIn.
I don't know if they stream live video. I'll have to check on that after I accept the 150 unaccepted invitations that I have there.
Oh, you're so popular.
No, that's not. No.
That's kind of what you said.
Do you have a LinkedIn profile?
I don't.
Okay, then. Because you'd be as popular as you were at Lambeau Field, where you got the second biggest ovation of any of those members of the 2010 team after Mike McCarthy. And he didn't wave to any of those people that were cheering for you. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
All day, every day.
The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we create strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. We've invested heavily in client-friendly software so your assets and plan progress are available to view in one place at any time. Whether you prefer only the high-level information or enjoy the intricate details of the planning process, we've got you covered. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Bring your family out to the next Forward Madison FC game. Their family special, sponsored by Madison Gas and Electric, is the perfect budget-friendly option for any families to enjoy professional soccer in Madison. For just $21, get your game ticket, plus a meal and scarf. Get your family together and come cheer on the Mingos as they make their playoff push. Head to forwardmadisonfc.com to learn more and get your tickets today. That's forwardmadisonfc.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
This is Wilde Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Getting ready for Evan Cohen to join us from Unsportsmanlike. Jesse, how'd things go for Green Bay game day, for Wisconsin College game day during his visit?
It was awesome. Evan stopped by. He was up
You
on
hosting
stage
that?
with us.
You're hosting that?
Hosting the pregame show every Saturday. Yeah. Except for that one that I have a wedding in a few weeks.
That's fair.
Except for that one time.
Besides that one.
Is that Maryland or which game are you?
Iowa, actually.
Oh.
Tough one to miss. Yeah, I wish I was here
Ooh.
for that one. It's unfortunate, but wedding was planned a year ago. Not mine.
Well, I didn't think with another one that Jason could skip.
A couple of Bears fans who were at the game at Soldier Field last night were very happy in the first half and very sad at the end of it. So funny for them.
And that's who's getting married.
Yes. Okay. But he was great. Stop by anytime. Anyone like Evan or, I mean, we've had another, oh my God. Video stream's
doing?
Video stream's not working.
This will be my last day in studio this week.
That's good. Anytime we get alumni who aren't here regularly coming back, whether it's former players or even people like Evan or just people who move away and come back occasionally, you're reminded how special a game day is in Madison. And even though the team may be where it's at and not achieving the levels of success it did 10, 15, 20 years ago, it's still electric being in Madison on a game day, and Evan captured that very well when he joined us on Saturday.
So you think you take it for granted because you're there for that pomp and circumstance all the time?
I think anyone who goes to the games, right? I think, now that I've had a chance to go to Lambeau Field more regularly, too, I think people take that for granted. Like the first,
and not fall asleep.
The first couple of times that I had the opportunity to go to Lambeau and watch a game, like it was incredible. And and now it's just old hat. Yeah, you take it for granted. Anytime, going to AmFam Field and having a roof and knowing the game's going to be played every day. Like there's a lot of things that I think we as Wisconsin sports fans take for granted, and those are among them.
I'm looking at the rundown, which some do and some don't. Do you have
Lord
audio?
knows I didn't get a sheet today. I'm not even going to ask you because Lord knows you got enough on your plate that I'd hate to have that.
You got a lot of nerve.
Oh, I do. You're right.
He's having a few issues. Do you have Chris Canty audio, or did you just hear him say this?
No.
Okay.
It was really interesting what he said, though.
All right, Jesse. You don't have to do your Chris Canty voice. I don't know if you have one.
I don't
Mark
yet.
Tauscher here, but What did Chris Canty say that was so interesting that you did not pull the audio of it?
So I had Unsportsmanlike on this morning as I was at home getting ready, and I kind of wish I would have stayed there. But he did say...
So does Tausch.
Yeah, it would have been best for all of us right now. Canty said the Green Bay Packers have graduated in the National Football League. They are now among the ranks of the Kansas City Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Baltimore Ravens, where this year will either...
What about the Bills?
He didn't say the Bills. He said those three teams specifically, that this season will either be a success or a failure based on how this team does in the playoffs. That there is no other metric by which it will be met.
Isn't that kind of every year?
I don't know. Like I don't know if his argument is that the Bills could win the 1 seed in the AFC, and then like that would be something they've achieved that they haven't done before, and that's different. But the Packers have graduated now to the highest tier of NFL teams as one of the top Super Bowl contenders this year.
I actually agree with his premise. I don't agree with the teams that he put in there. I do think that the expectation game has changed.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about urgency all offseason, and a lot of people are getting after Goody. And then the Micah Parsons trade happens, and it was like everything changed. And that's what happens when you make a big play like that. They did it. They've pulled it off, and now you can't put Philadelphia and Kansas City in there. They were just in the championship, and they both have championships. It's been 15 years. The group of fellas that we just walked out of Lambeau Field is 15 years ago. It's a long time in the NFL. And especially when you've had the teams and the quarterback play that this organization has had, you did elevate yourself to now. I do believe that if this team doesn't get to a Super Bowl this season, I think Canty is right. You're now in the same category. I think there's only 4 teams. I think it's the Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers, the Buffalo Bills, and the Baltimore Ravens. That is the tier that I would put.
Totally.
And Green Bay doesn't have the same amount of scarring that the Ravens and that the Bills have. The Bills are scarred on scarred on scarred. Baltimore has been a 1 seed a couple times and not gotten there. They are scarred on scarred on scarred. Detroit has got a lot of scarring. Green Bay, nobody expected them because the Rodgers era ended it, and then it was a reset.
Mm-hmm.
Rodgers era, Lord knows, I don't have to go through all the scarring that happened there. Lots. Jordan Love, I said when we lost to San Francisco, there's a huge missed opportunity. We were right there. We were a lot better than I think we knew. We didn't know how good we were until we knew. Last year was what it was. I think we were the 3rd or 4th best team in the NFC. And had we been able to beat Philadelphia, I think we had a more than a puncher's chance to get to the Super. No, I do. You don't think we could have beaten Washington at home, or we couldn't have beat Washington on the road, or with the Detroit Lions again for a 3rd time? I felt really good
I feel like the Rams have gotten a little short shrifted from that postseason. Everybody's like, "Oh, the Packers played the Eagles toughest." The Rams had the ball with a chance to go win the game.
Yeah, but they didn't.
I understand. The Packers lost 22-10.
Well. Yeah, and they turned it over 4 or 5 times. Green Bay, it wasn't their year. What I was trying to say was nobody had those expectations, so there's no scarring in the grand scheme of things. Mm-hmm. Now when you grab Micah and everything ratchets up, I think you're the 4th team on that list of teams that are going to be really disappointed if they don't go to a Super Bowl. And I think as the season goes, if things progress the way we as Packer fans, analysts look at it, it's going to get more and more intense and enjoyable as this thing goes. But yes, they have elevated themselves above the Rams and the Vikings and Washington, in my opinion. Now, Thursday night could change that. If Jaden Daniels comes in here and scorches this defense, a lot of us that have been saying a lot of big things about this defense are going to say, maybe we do need to check ourselves. I ain't going to check ourselves until I see that happen. Then you can start looking, Jaden Daniels is a really good football player that's going to cause problems to a lot of teams. But if you suffocate this team Thursday night, oh, God, can you imagine the conversation on Friday? It will be even bolder and bigger than what it's been throughout the last only week and some change that Micah Parsons has been here.
You're right. You're right about that as well. Look, if they come out of these 2 games in 5 days against 2 teams that have been to an NFC championship game in the last 2 years, that are both still, no matter what the outcome was Sunday and no matter what the outcome is on Thursday, are still viewed as contenders in the NFC. If they come out of these games 2-0, are you kidding me?
Well, they're halfway there.
The hype train is going to be running full speed ahead, and you'll be the conductor. Choo-choo! Because when the schedule came out, this looked to me like a early season opportunity to define who are you, right? And if you go 0-2 at home, with only 8 home games on the schedule, you have put yourself in a very big hole to crawl out of.
Let me ask you
were
this.
on teams that did.
Is this group 1-0 if Micah Parsons doesn't? If that trade doesn't happen, are we sitting here 1-0?
Great question.
I'm not having. I can assure you of this. Canty's not having that conversation. I am not sitting here saying this defense is going to be defensive led. I'm not going to say any of that if they don't make that move.
That's true. You're not.
Are we 1-0? And possibly heavily favored to be 2-0, and probably all the way to Pittsburgh be undefeated if we don't make that trade for Micah? I think the answer is no.
You think they lose if they don't have Micah Parsons on the
I don't
team?
know. No, I think we still – I don't know if we beat Detroit. I think we would have. I do, but I certainly don't feel the same way. You heard everybody talking about the impact he had, the crowd, and the impact that he gave other players. Would that have happened? Yeah, probably. You certainly don't know. And do you feel – I don't think any – I thought there's a chance you can go 2-0. No, there's still a chance we'll be 1-1. Lord knows what happens Thursday night. If your O-line is beaten down a little bit, things can change quickly in this league. We all know that. But the Micah effect, the butterfly effect, and the Micah Parsons effect, the Parsons butterfly, whatever you want to call it, it is a real thing. And I don't know what would change and how things would change. Nobody does. But what we do know is the mentality and the expectations have changed dramatically the day that trade was announced.
Yeah, you're right about that. Your expectations for your next bathroom remodel should be through the roof as well because of the great team at Kohler Services. They want your high expectations because they will deliver on them.
And they have a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel right now from Kohler Services this month only. Get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. My old pal Chris from Oostburg, one of their skilled installers, he demos your existing bath or shower. I've lived it. He removes it. I've seen it. He disposes it. I wasn't there for that. And then they start installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that is KohlerServicesWI.com.
Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Pizza lovers, when the craving hits, hit back with Pizza Hut's $5 crafted flats pizzas. Mark Tauscher here, and new at Pizza Hut, 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, chicken bacon ranch, and Nashville hot chicken. All just $5 each all day. Perfect for lunch, dinner, or game day. Order your $5 handcrafted flats at PizzaHut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
The excitement around the Green Bay Packers defense continues after holding the reigning NFC North champion Detroit Lions to only 13 points in Sunday's season opener. And their newest addition, edge rusher Micah Parsons, says, I think it's only up from here.
We've had maybe 2 days of practice together,
So imagine what it's going to look like 5 weeks from now.
Parsons only played 29 of Green Bay's defensive snaps in Week 1. Imagine that is only up from here as well. It's an interesting test Thursday at Lambeau for the Packers defense as they take on the Commanders and mobile second-year quarterback Jaden Daniels. I'm Alex Stroh.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the East Side today.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? For a limited time at TPC Wisconsin, enjoy full golf privileges and all club amenities without full dues. Pay just $150 per month through March to maintain your full golf membership with no golf dues until April 1st. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Schedule a tour or submit a membership inquiry at tpcwisconsin.com and start enjoying the private golf club experience you deserve. That's tpcwisconsin.com.
Bruner Realty and ESPN Madison have teamed up again for the 5th annual Putts for Pups golf outing benefiting the Dane County Humane Society. Join us for a day of golf at Black Hawk Country Club on September 19th. Since it started in 2021, Putts for Pups has raised over $120,000 for the Dane County Humane Society. Donate or find out how you can get involved at putsforpups.com. Putts for Pups is proudly sponsored by Badgerland Exteriors, Alts Operations, Zimbrick Automotive, and Vortex Optics.
Hey, it's John Audius, play-by-play voice of Wisconsin Badgers volleyball. Join us for the broadcast coming up later today, right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brought to you by Love Madison Volleyball.
I'm throwing caution. What's it gonna be? Tonight the winds of change are blowing wild and free. If I don't get out of this town, I just might be the one who finally burns it down.
Joining us now from Unsportsmanlike and from Wisconsin College Game Day, at least last Saturday, it is Evan Cohen. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Morning, Jason, Tausch, Jesse. What a weekend it was in Madison this weekend. And very excited. Thursday and Friday, Unsportsmanlike, back in Wisconsin. We will be at the Packers and the Commanders on Thursday night. But I think we got to look back a little bit. We had 6 or 7 stories, Tausch, this
6,
weekend?
7.
From
Yeah.
our,
6 or
6,
7.
7
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
What a weekend. What a weekend we had, Tausch.
All right. What was your favorite part, Evan?
So let me give some context. I flew in from New York to Tausch. Did so much work back of the leggings. Well, I don't even know what the word is.
Groundwork, leg work.
Leg work.
Back
leg work.
channel.
I don't know what back is.
Channel, maybe? Is that what you were
back channel,
thinking?
leg work. Yes,
Okay.
exactly. I combined back channel and leg work. That I flew in to surprise the great Matt LePay, my mentor, somebody I interned with for 2 years, at the Wisconsin Hall of Fame ceremony on Friday night, which was amazing, and LePay was awesome and so happy to see me, which was great. That's the first time that's happened with anyone in life. Tausch did a tremendous job introducing him. We went to the Badger game on Saturday, We went to the pregame party, Wisconsin College Game Day. We did a tour, a private tour of the Kohl Center. The team manager, Taylor, she's amazing. 2 dinners at Tornado on Saturday night. My family first, and then me, Tausch, Brooks Bollinger, Kirk Penny, Matt LePay. So many awesome moments. Let's go through a couple of things, though. Tausch texted me, I'll pick you up around 5-ish.
No, I said I'll pick you up at 5:30-ish is what I said.
Okay.
For an event that started at 5, FYI.
Okay.
No.
Which somehow we were
the
still
event started
early,
at 5.
so.
Well, no, you're not going. Nobody shows up.
Somehow we were still actually early to it.
Yes, we
So
were.
I texted Tausch. I said, all right, I'm here. All right, I'm ready to go when you are. He goes, here. I was like, what? You didn't tell me you were here. And then he got on me for being late. If you tell someone you're going to pick them up at 5:30-ish, isn't it on the person who's driving to then declare the arrival?
If you want to look back at your phone, I think about 5:28 I said pulling up. And then I waited, I think about 5:36 is when Evan finally, sauntered out of his hotel and jumped in the car. So it wasn't Lombardi time. That's all I said to Evan. I said, don't worry about it, but it wasn't Lombardi time. I would think a guy as detailed as Evan is would have been there at 5:30 ready to go. But no harm, no foul in my book.
Okay, well, that's the first thing. The second thing is, at the event, Tausch, who, to his credit, is doing a lot of great health things right now. I didn't know you could start a health journey and then judge others. You were a little judgy at the amount of shrimp cocktail I ate. Would you agree with that?
I would say when Costanza went and said that joke to the dude, and Jason helped me out here, when he's like, the ocean called, we've run out of shrimp. Is that how that went?
Yes, indeed.
When I looked, Evan had 2 monster plates, and this was not like a dinner. This was like a heavy apps. There's 100 and some odd people there. You kind of think you take at most 3 or 4 shrimp. I would say he caught a Forrest Gump net full of shrimp on his plate. That's what I would say.
But Tausch,
I didn't. No,
again,
I didn't say put some back. I was like, oh, you're really hungry tonight. I think something like that.
Okay, but Tausch, to be fair, again, I give you a ton of credit. We all should work on things.
This sounds like a compliment sandwich here.
No. He is on a health journey, and I give him credit. We talked about it. He's doing a great job. But are you that deep into it where you can judge me?
Yeah, I could. Listen, if somebody would, I might as well have been me that did that. And it was more of a joke. What did I care how many shrimp you ate? I didn't care. Eat the whole bucket if you want.
Okay. I don't know if you want to go into what happened at the event.
No, I don't think you should. I was just going to text you. I don't think that's. I think you should kind of move it along.
I got the backstory yesterday on it, by the way.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's more fascinating than we realized.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay. Anyway, there was a miscommunication on something that was very funny.
It's just because I don't want to be that guy that says something, and I know I could see Wilde being super small. So I go up to Patrick Herb. Did a great job. He introduced the first 3 or 4 guys, and then I came up and sat in these big comfy chairs to interview Matt, Joe Pavelski, and Travis Frederick. So I know Joe very well. I know Travis, and obviously I know Matt. So Matt comes up, and I was under the impression that Evan had sent a video in to introduce Matt. And unfortunately, one of the things that's great about this, you learn a lot on the video because the people that introduce the person really know the person really well, right? So this guy gets up and they put Evan Cohen down on the name of the deal. So it was, whatever, it happens. And this guy gives the best introduction to Matt LePay. Like, you could not have done it better. And I was kind of torn because I didn't know who the heck it was. It ends up being Jason, probably one of your former colleagues, Andy Cohen from the State Journal, which I don't know if you remember him.
Mm-hmm.
So he gives this great Matt LePay lasts forever. Freshman, you're here 4 years, but Matt LePay, it doesn't matter if it's a class of 95 or the class of 2025, they will know Matt LePay. And it was awesome. And I wanted to bring that up to Matt, and I didn't know who the hell the guy was because it was Evan Cohen was on the name, and I knew Evan Cohen wasn't the person that did it. So then I thought I could have some fun. But the thing that I was struggled with, this was not like a joke around roast. You try to have some fun and bring a couple, but this is a big deal. Fortunately, and Evan brought it up 100 times at dinner, that I was the only person at the table that's not in the Athletic Hall of Fame, which is fair. It's true. But when I got inducted to the Packer Hall of Fame, it was very meaningful. So it's not joke around. What's the chick's name that does the roasts all the time? Nikki Glazer.
Yeah.
This isn't a Nikki Glazer roast of Matt LePay. This is let's have some laughs, but also let Matt thank and be.
Yeah. So Jason, that was the funny part. Is that video was phenomenal, dead on, perfect description of Matt. And so Tausch, to his credit, is like, hey, I got to reference back to this because that guy said it so much better than I could.
He covered it beautifully.
He covered it all. He was like, oh, thank God I wasn't on stage having to follow that up because that was impossible to follow up.
Yeah.
But Tausch didn't know his name, so he referred to him as that guy on the stage.
I didn't know what else to do, And that guy, I literally felt like John Gruden when I did it. And that guy up there,
this guy with a great
covered that
description.
well. But I did, and this is what I think Evan and what I was hoping he was going to say when I asked him the best part of the trip. Obviously, he got to show his kids around the Kohl Center. He got down on the field. He got to come up and hang out with us.
I was going to tell you something else. Tausch pulled an unbelievable move that he did for one reason and one reason only, and I genuinely appreciate it. So Tausch was asking Matt about his career. Broadcasting, since the late 80s basketball, mid-90s football, right? He's an icon. We walked into Tornado. Matt is stopped at every single table, the whole deal. And Tausch didn't need to do this, but he did, knowing it would lead to me. He said to Matt in front of these hundreds of people at the Hall of Fame, why does it mean so much to you to take a liking and care about the young student broadcasters that you see? Well, obviously, the one that just showed up to surprise him was going to be top of mind. There are many others in there as well. So he says, so then it leads Matt perfectly into all these wonderful words about me. And at one point, Matt said, and he's such a talented broadcaster, and Tausch in front of this whole room that hasn't laughed once the whole night, because it's not a Nikki Glazer thing. Tausch interrupts Matt. He goes, he's not that talented, let's be honest. And then the whole place started cracking up at me at my expense as Tausch set him up for that. Very good job by Tausch. I will give him credit on that.
Good job. Yeah, I don't want to urinate in your Cheerios, Evan, but genuinely, that is one of the things that's most impressive about Matt LePay to me is we have people come up in the box. He will sit and talk with them and guide them through, and I know he's done that for a lot of our teammates here, including, I think, a young man that tries to be his long-lost son. And I know how much he cares. And so, it did lead to you, but it was not everything's about you, Evan, but in this case, it was really nice.
You're interviewing me about a moment with me. How could it not be about me in this case?
It wasn't all about you, but it was. I'm glad that he did reference you, but I'm telling you, that's one of the things for me, like a bird's eye view of watching Matt LePay is one of the things I'm most impressed about by him. So that was all.
Okay, well, there's some other LePay-related things. So then fast forward to Saturday at the game on Wisconsin, good win. So I'm in. Tausch gets us pregame passes, which was amazing, and I very much appreciate that. My kids and my wife absolutely loved it. So I go up at halftime to see everybody. Now LePay's nowhere to be found. LePay, let's out him. All the love. Let's critique him a little bit. Late to the third quarter, which I thaught was very interesting.
And by the way, very late to the third quarter.
Very late.
Yes.
Very late. Yeah, you can't all be praised for LePay.
You got to rip him a little bit. Sure. Of course.
Wait, wasn't the action had started without him and Tausch was doing play-by-play?
He got to go down on the field because he had to go down on the field to be honored, and then they did the varsity, and it takes, you got to get coaches got to get back up. You know the elevator game.
Sure. So did you have to do the play-by-play?
Oh, God, no. Mike Heller stepped in like a champ. Yeah.
Mike Heller was there. But now here's the thing. So Mike Heller stepped in.
I thought it was weird that Jesse was lingering around the halls trying to sneak in.
I was open.
Jesse was
on standby.
But did you notice, Tausch, did you notice how little LePay cared about being late? Pre-Hall of Fame, I feel like it would have
that's throwing. I am not going to say that. I will not. You say that. I will not.
We've reached the Nikki Glazer part of the program.
Wow, that is roasty.
I just thought LePay didn't care much. That was me.
Okay,
But now,
I will not say that. You take that up with Matt. I am not going to say that.
Okay.
Now,
There were
my
two other
favorite
issues.
part, Jason, my favorite
There's
part
two
was...
other issues. Wait, in the booth. Tausch was bothered that I asked Mike Heller for a phone charger. Why? Why were you so bothered by that?
Because Mike is jumping in to go do play-by-play, and he's just getting ready to start, and Evan's like, oh, my phone's dead. I need to get a charger. Mike, you got a charger. And I'm like,
What
Evan,
was wrong with that?
if you don't exactly. All right, my favorite part of the weekend with Evan, we set this up. He goes, takes his kids to Tornado. They have a great time. And then I said,
there was another moment in the booth. I'm going to let you. I have to get to that other moment in the booth.
Dude, I thought you had a heart out. Don't you have a heart out?
I do.
And you're going to keep rambling? All right, go ahead.
Oh, this is good. At one point, Tausch thought I was a garbage can.
No, there's two tiers.
You throw out your garbage on me.
There is a tabletop with chairs where Dave, the producer, and he's up there, and then there's chairs, and that's where Evan was sitting, and then Mike, Matt, and I are sitting down on the lower level, and there's a garbage can down, and they brought us the third quarter stats. So I have a little screen here. So I looked at it, took anything that I thought was interesting, and then I crumpled it and I put it in where the garbage can. I didn't throw it at Evan's face. Well, then Evan thinks I'm throwing it at him. I put it where the garbage can usually is. Maybe they moved it. And then Evan, middle of the game, fires it at my head for no reason.
Well, I thought you were throwing out your garbage at me. And then Tausch turns to me in a break. He goes, what, there's no garbage there? I go, no, you just threw it on my leg. Like, what are you doing to me? Anyway, go ahead.
Is it
So we're
weird?
at
Does Evan sound a little high maintenance in this thing? Am I crazy, or is that just me?
Oh, my God.
Jesse, does he or not?
A little high.
Hey, I went on Jesse.
I need a charger. Can you? So
he asked me for a charger too at college game day. So,
so
he's
to
asking
wrap
everybody.
this up, from my end, and then I'll let Evan finish. We go, and Evan is calling after Matt gets announced. He's like, "Hey, we got to do this, but I'm going to bring my family out." Awesome. All right, we got to get Tornado. So Evan books a Tornado room outing for his family because he wants his kids and his wife to experience it, which was great. And I said, well, the game ends. It's probably going to be 7. We'll probably go there about 8:30. We set a reservation. And I know some of Evan's favorite guys. He loves Brooks Bollinger, like in a big way. Mm-hmm. Brooks was in town. And I know he likes Kirk Penny. And I said, all right, so we get Kirk. We get this. This is for Matt LePay, but also kind of for Evan Cohen. So Evan comes over, I don't know, probably at 9:30. His dinner went real long. We're sitting there having a lot of fun conversation. Well, I can tell Evco at about 10 o'clock is getting tired. And I'm sitting there, and we just keep stirring the pot because I wanted to keep – Kirk wanted to stay out for a while. Brooks, he had his son with him. His son wanted to leave probably about 11. Matt and I were having a great time. It was just really good. And then I kind of put it to, let's see how long we can push this before Evco asks to leave. And he was the first person to crack at about 11:30, 12 o'clock. Tired.
I never picked up on that.
You did not?
I never picked up on it.
Oh, what I kept saying,
Not
Evan,
one.
you're a great middle guy. What do you got? And then the conversation continued to go, and you could see he was looking at his watch. He's on his phone. But we kept him there.
I never realized that. That was abnormally long. I thought a couple of times I was waiting. I'm like, all right, Brooks' son is here. At some point he's going to be the bad guy and asked to go, and he never did until literally I was half asleep. I didn't know that you pushed it on purpose. I'm like, I feel like we kind of hit everything. We went through every topic. We went through every possible scenario of everything. I thought we were done, and it kept going and going and going. I did not realize that.
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, it was fun. We enjoyed that.
I will say, for all of the Wisconsin sports fans, which obviously tons are listening, hearing both Bollinger/Tausch and Kirk Penny relive the glory days of those teams was awesome. Bollinger specifically, and next time I see him, I do want to talk more about this. He's the athlete, to his credit, that truly misses that camaraderie of the greatness of those years. Because if you think about his year at Wisconsin, on a Rose Bowl team, then a starting quarterback for another Rose Bowl team, the same year as Kirk and that basketball team go to the Final Four, there was just I was really lucky. I was in school at the time. there was just an amazing magic is the word that Brooks kept saying about that time in Wisconsin sports, University of Wisconsin sports.
He's right.
The magic was there. And hearing them talk about it like inside out was unreal. And there was a moment, and I didn't realize this. My wife told me afterwards, because my wife was talking to Kirk Penny, and she was telling him, I don't know if you guys remember, so after they clinched to go to the Final Four and beat Purdue, everyone ran on State Street. And had this unreal moment of like, my wife described it as imagine Camp Randall just transported but onto State Street. And I don't know that Kirk ever understood the magnitude of how big that moment was from the fans on State Street, because obviously he was a player on that team. And he said, it sounds like you guys had more fun than we did in that moment, which I thought was so interesting because for them, they got a national championship to try to win. For us as fans, now I, of course, stayed in my room, didn't go to State Street because I thought it was irresponsible to not watch Michigan State or Iowa State afterwards. That's a normal human being. But I guess for them it wasn't as fun as for us, which is wild. But it was an amazing weekend.
Awesome.
Tausch did a phenomenal job.
You got it.
Did a phenomenal job.
So, Evco, before we let you go, your co-host, Chris Canty, made, I thought, a very interesting statement. Jesse does not have the audio pulled up, I don't believe. But basically, that there's now, the Packers have elevated to the point, if they don't win a Super Bowl, it's disappointing. And that is rarefied air, along with, I believe, failure. You buy that too?
Okay, so by definition, how I look at it, I think we all throw out there Super Bowl or bust. I think bust needs a definition. I don't think enough times we do that. Mm-hmm. Definition of bust to me is change a quarterback, change a coach. Okay? The Kansas City Chiefs are not Super Bowl or bust because they're not going to do either of the two. Same with the Baltimore Ravens. The Buffalo Bills, I'm not sold that Sean McDermott continues if they don't make it to or win a Super Bowl. So you guys have to tell me, by my definition, would there be an alteration at head coach or a change at head coach if they don't get to the Super Bowl?
No.
Okay. All right. I don't think so either. Would it be a failure in year one of what I'm calling the dual quarterback era, because they're paying a quarterback on offense and they're paying a quarterback on defense? Would it be a failure if they didn't get to, let's say, the Super Bowl in year one? I think the answer can be yes now. That doesn't mean bust because you don't change anything. Because bust would be explosion, something changes, something breaks, etc. Failure is we failed a class, we have to take it again, right? I think Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur would then take it again next year, but I think that is a fair way of looking at it.
I think it's a failure. I do get that. I think that they believe that they have opened essentially a 3-year window with Micah Parsons. And so I think they see this as incremental. They would love to go to the Super Bowl, obviously, this year, but I don't think they're viewing it as their only chance is this year, if that makes sense. So I don't think it's as intense of a failure than if we get to 2027 and they've been to an NFC championship game and lost, then they backslid and they lost like a division game, a divisional round game, and now you're in year 3 with Micah Parsons and you still haven't even gotten there. That's when I think it becomes coach change, GM change, whatever it might be, because you took your shot and it didn't get you to the Super Bowl if that didn't happen in 27. That's how I view it.
Any way you cut it, they've put themselves to their credit in the conversation where we can talk like this because Cootie has been phenomenal. And, I mean, phenomenal now, in my opinion, for years. He's been phenomenal. And they had as much of a quote-unquote statement win as you can have in week 1 as anyone you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Yeah. All right, we know. I didn't realize you ever had a hard out. That's very strange. That usually isn't the case.
He's probably doing first take or something.
I mean, I have a call that I need to make. I can push it back a couple of minutes, but
we're good. We're done.
You had a good set.
Yeah, it was a good conversation. We appreciate you. That's it. Bye.
Wow. All right, bye.
That is Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know where he was gonna go today. I legit had no clue where he wanted to go. None.
I got that Canty audio ready.
I would have.
Atta babe. Where's that show sheet?
I enjoyed the behind the scenes of. I mean, it's great that
Jason,
he got.
It was a lot of shrimp, man. Like it was like a piled plate full of shrimp.
Well, I'm glad he enjoyed. He doesn't have a shellfish allergy.
Good one.
I enjoyed the behind the scenes of the Hall of Fame induction because
I'm telling you, this dude that
love
this your guy,
Andrew Cohen.
That guy.
I'm telling you, should I have just said Evan Cohen because people wouldn't have known because it said Evan
Correct.
Cohen? Is that the play?
No, as said in the video
by that guy.
God, yeah, I didn't feel great when I said, but. It literally, I had
Was
to.
Andrew Cohen there?
No.
But he was chosen as the presenter.
Well, I think he just. What I think happened is I'm sure they just went around and asked like a bunch of people to send videos in, and this guy's video
and his was the
so
best.
Good. I mean, it was really good. Like, it covered Matt LePay better than it covered it to a T. Like Matt's impact and what it was just really, really good. And then when I knew that it wasn't, I mean, what were the odds that there's two Evan Cohens? I don't know. But that's where it went.
So, well, on behalf of Tausch and of the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame and everyone else involved, great job, Andrew Cohen, in your
Better
video.
known as that guy.
I'm sorry that you won't be getting proper credit anywhere other than now on this show after the fact because of a So it was mislabeled on the video, and you knew that it wasn't Evan Cohen, but you had no idea who he was.
I thought. I mean,
didn't he? He would have covered you as a player.
I don't remember. No.
I think Mully's first year for the State Journal was 99, which was the year you actually, obviously, had your starting
I don't know.
opportunity.
I'm trying to remember. I mean, that's a long time. I mean, that's 30 years ago. I don't remember yesterday. You're asking me to go back 30 years ago of a beat writer? Like, come on.
I'm not. I just
you kind of.
I was curious if you remember if he looked vaguely familiar to you when you were watching the video. We usually have more with Evan Cohen, but not today. We still have one more segment in the 9 o'clock hour, and we'll get to it next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Huge momentum swing. A lopsided second half pushed Wisconsin to its 42-10 runaway over Middle Tennessee. After the defense secured a fourth down stop, the offense delivered 2 plays later.
Reverse. End around. Kekahuna! Look at the speed! Catch! Kekahuna! Touchdown! 61 big yards for the sophomore!
FS1's Eric Collins on that call. The 61-yard dash, a career high for Kekahuna.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
Hey, it's Isaac Miller, junior defensive end in high school. 14 Division I offers. Yep, 1-4. Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida, Miami, you name it. Everyone's asking, where's Isaac going? Well, I'll tell you this. It's going to be big, it's going to be loud, and it's going to be legendary. But first, I'm hitting the weight room in my Iron Jock gear. Because no matter what logo I wear next, Iron Jock is how I get there. Stay tuned and go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Seriously injured? Make one call. That's all.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network, and I've got a question for you. Is your home ready to shine this season? Whether it's roofing, siding, or windows, Ridgetop Exteriors is the name you can trust. For over 20 years, Ridgetop Exteriors has been Wisconsin's favorite for roofing, and they bring that same expertise to siding and windows. Imagine vibrant, low-maintenance siding and energy-efficient windows that brighten your home while cutting energy costs. Ridgetop Exteriors holds all expert-level installation credentials with the leading manufacturers, including Pella, James Hardy Fiber Cement Siding, and LP Smart Side Engineered Wood Siding. With thousands of 5-star reviews and a commitment to excellence, they're the clear choice for home improvement needs. Plus, consultations and estimates are always free, so there's no reason to wait. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com to schedule your free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, putting customers first every time.
Ridgetop Exteriors is the place for you.
The Midwest's best baseball players have one thing in common: GRB Academy. For 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, producing over 468 college commits and 27 major league draft picks. Their Windsor facility has 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training space. Next up to bat is GRB's top prospect camp on Sunday, October 12th, open to the high school classes of 2026 through 2029. Claim your spot now at grbacademy.com.
Thinking about going electric? Now is the perfect time at Zimbrick Chevrolet. When you purchase a qualifying new EV vehicle, you could get up to $7,500 for eligible buyers from a federal clean vehicle tax credit. Don't wait, act now, because this tax credit is only available until September 30th. And once you buy your EV, Zimbrick Chevy will take care of you with their certified EV service and top off your charge. Never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Thanks again to Evan Cohen for the behind-the-scenes look at the Hall of Fame induction of our friend Matt LePay and Tausch's presentation and interview session. I didn't realize that Pavelski and Travis Frederick, even though I knew when they announced that they were in the class, we spent so much time talking about Matt. How did that interview session go? That seems like a pretty good threesome to be talking.
Yeah, it was fun. I got the videos for both guys really good. And
did Andrew Cohen do those too, or just some guy?
I don't know. It could have been Andrew Cohen too. I don't know. There was you tried. The thing about these, and I know I went long when I spoke, and I know everybody wants to thank people, so I totally get it. But you want to try to keep it to like 5 minutes.
Sure.
And you guys know how my clock management is here. That was the thing I was a little cautious of and probably wasn't successful in. But I thought it was fun. I tried to Oprah a little bit, and I think I wasn't very good with Oprah.
Well, we all have our strengths.
More a Wilde guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we got to hear about that. I enjoyed that. And obviously, we are all, whether you're the son that Matt LePay never wanted, Jesse Nelson, or you're the rest of us that have just appreciated his friendship and his incredible work behind the mic for all of the signature Badgers moments in the last 30-plus years. Congratulations again to Matt LePay. Speaking of things you can listen to, it's not always Matt LePay and Mark Tauscher on the call on the Varsity app of Badgers football. It can also be Behind the Bucks. The Behind the Bucks podcast on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks brings you exclusive access and untold stories about the greatest stars and moments in Bucks history. Go behind the scenes of Giannis's Emmy-nominated documentary, hear about the true origins of the Bucks and Six culture and more. Find Behind the Bucks on thebucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes. So stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango, bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
Hey Madison, it's Rich Eisen. Join me for the Rich Eisen Show, weekdays noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Green Bay Packers continuing preparations for Thursday night football, hosting the Washington Commanders to kick off week 2 of the NFL season. The Packers have opened as 3.5-point favorites, according to ESPN Bet for Thursday night's game. Plenty to get you set. ESPN Packers reporter Rob Domofsky over at ESPNWisconsin.com. That's also where you can find this week's ESPN NFL Power Rankings. Check out where the Packers land after their Week 1 dominance over the Detroit Lions. Baseball, don't forget about the Brewers, 7.5 up in the NL Central despite a 5-0 loss to the Texas Rangers last night in the first of a 3-game set. Brewers 7.5 up on the Cubs, who also lost to the Atlanta Braves in the first of their series last night. Brewers Rangers again tonight, 7:05 first pitch. Listen in Madison on 1670 The Zone or on the Brewers Network flagship 620 WTMJ. 6th-ranked Wisconsin Badger volleyball in action tonight, hosting Milwaukee at the Fieldhouse at 7 o'clock.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts late as it always does. It's a weird day. Today is Tuesday. But in the football world, at least at 1265 Lombardi Avenue, it is Thursday and Friday and kind of a little bit of Wednesday mixed in as well.
Yeah.
Because of the short week with the Commanders coming to town for Thursday night football. Tausch, couple things on that, and then I want to get to something about Lucas Van Ness. I'm about to tweet out the Channel 3000 story here for those that might be interested in reading it. It's not behind a paywall like my stories used to be. The injury issue is part of the equation here, obviously, and the Packers, if they had practiced yesterday, the estimation was that neither Aaron Banks with a groin injury and an ankle injury, nor Zach Tom with what had been announced as a hip injury during the game, now classified as an oblique injury, would not have practiced. I don't know what the week would look like if they had a full week and they were playing again on Sunday as opposed to on Thursday. But, Tausch, your concern level that 40% of your starting offensive line may not be available in week 2 after suffering injuries in week 1.
Oh, yeah, I think you'd be concerned. There's no doubt about it. I thought that group played, especially in the pass protection game, was really good against Detroit, this wasn't the end of last season's Detroit Lions team. This was, Hutchison and obviously Zach Tom. We discussed that yesterday. Our analytics firm gave us a really great little nugget this morning. Their kicker had more tackles than Hutchison. Is that what the analytics firm put out, Jesse?
I didn't see it.
Okay, well, I believe that's what the analytics
Sounds
firm.
right.
That's what the analytics firm put out.
I mean, that's great and all. I think I still like the fact, and because it was my line, and I don't get paid by 565 Analytics either, that the only time I noticed Aiden Hutchinson was when he was cheap-shotting Jordan Love and got a 15-yard penalty.
That's good, too. But I want to give the analytics firm.
From 565 Analytics, fun stat of the week. In the week 1, the Lions kicker, Jake Bates, recorded more tackles, 1, than Lions All-Pro Aiden Hutchinson, 0.
I hope the boys understand what they're doing here, though. If
the 565
this,
Analytics guys?
Yeah, now they have to do this every week. So they don't have to, but they've now set a precedent. Now and again, they're not being paid.
You pay them in compliments.
Well,
I thought that was really good.
That was a really good little nugget.
That was a really good tweet.
So now
good job, analytics
we need
crew.
the analytics firm to give us the stat of the day on Tuesdays.
That and 725 will get you a venti coffee.
They got 2 days to piece together what they find is most interesting.
That's the fun stat of the week.
I don't love forcing them to do it, but it was fun, and I liked it.
A new Tuesday staple. The new fun
Jason,
stat of the week.
I guess I'm not as concerned as I think I might normally be because of Jordan Morgan. I think Jordan Morgan, if there's one, if one of these guys can play.
And Darian Kennard?
Well, we don't know how did that all shake out? Was he injured or is it just a rotation?
He's not on the injury report.
Okay.
So I don't know, because you would think, Alex Strofe and I were talking about this morning when we were recording Weekly Wilde, again on a Tuesday because it's a weird week. But, he went in, he had this play where I saw it on, when I was breaking down the film after I got done watching Cardinals-Raiders from 3 years ago. He was a pulling right tackle on a running play. He came all the way across the formation and blocked a dude. I don't know how many times you pulled. I know you did it, I'm sure, a few times, but not frequently, right? Pulling all the way to the other side.
We ran a lot of toss cracks, and I'd pull. So, no, I pulled quite a bit.
Okay. So, he looked good. Didn't look to me like he played poorly. But then, to end the game, they had Anthony Belton at right tackle.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure what happened
there. I assumed something had happened. Obviously, if he's not in the injury report, that probably isn't the case. But you're going to, if you're losing one guy right now, as long as it's not Elton Jenkins, okay. Because you feel like you have those other slots covered with Jordan Morgan. That's how I feel. If it's 2, you obviously don't want Zach Tom to miss any time. You don't. If it happens and you miss some time this week, it's a home game. I know Washington has some pass rush. Don't know how. We'll see on Sunday. But you're going to be concerned when you have one guy that you're paying $19 million a year to and another guy you're paying $22, $23 million a year to, and they're both out. And you have to find young players, guys that Philly traded for a 7th-round pick and a 2nd-round pick, potentially, with Belton. There's going to be probably some things that pop up that you don't want to. And you just hope that it's not something that is, big time. But your offense already isn't where you want it to be. Because of all the things, it's not going to be run as efficiently. You need to kind of build it, so you don't want to have guys out. But if it's just one of those 2 that can't play, I think with Jordan Morgan's versatility and the fact that he has shown that he has, I think, made some big improvements, I think you feel okay about that. But if it's 2, all of a sudden my concern level would rise.
According to Pro Football Focus, Darian Kennard, for his however many snaps, there wasn't many, had a grade of 57.2, which is kind of in the yellow area, which is kind of, not terrible, not great. So take that for what it's worth. Again, he did not, I don't know why they pulled him. I don't know if they just they figured he was going to have to start, and they didn't want to have him at risk if they weren't going to have Zach Tom either, and the game was in hand. But the bottom line is he was out there initially, played 15 snaps, and then Anthony Belton played the last 3. So 15 snaps for Darian Kennard. So I would assume that last drive was just, hey, we're not going to put our guys out there anymore. All right, I want to get into Lucas Van Ness.
Okay.
Because he has a new cheerleader supporting him. And we'll tell you who that is after I tell you about Associated Bank with their great customer service, the best in the industry. If you are thinking about changing banks, now's the time to do it. Paul and I changed over a decade ago now, and it was the right decision for us, and it'll be the right decision for you as well, whether it's early pay, whether it's credit monitoring, whether it's fraud protection. All those things come with their great customer service, plus Packers, Brewers, and Badgers checking available to you as well as a sports fan. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up on Tuesday's show, two-time Super Bowl champ Chris Long, comedian Bert Kreischer, and Arizona's catch machine Trey McBride. That's Tuesday on The Rich Eisen Show on Disney+, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott Garrett and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is a magical month at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, with 13 chances to win big every week. Starting at 6 p.m. each Friday in September, 12 winners will enter an enchanted forest and select a cash prize of up to $2,500. Then at 9 p.m. every Friday, one winner will open a door to reveal a grand prize of up to $10,000 in cash. Be here for our Forest of Fortune promotion happening every Friday night in September. Don't miss your chance for prizes all month long at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
The Midwest's best baseball players have one thing in common: GRB Academy. For 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, producing over 468 college commits and 27 major league draft picks. Their Windsor facility has 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training space. Next up to bat is GRB's top prospect camp on Sunday, October 12th, open to the high school classes of 2026 through 2029. Claim your spot now at grbacademy.com.
This is Wilde Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Give him hell, time to hate. Gonna live life till we're dead. Give me scars, give me pain. Then they say of me, say of me, say of me. There goes the fighter. There goes the fighter. Here comes the fighter. That's what they say of me, say of me.
Wilde Tausch rolls on. Today on channel3000.com, you can read about Lucas Van Ness. Micah Parsons, big fan. Big fan. Now, Tausch, help me understand this as a former player. If there was anyone who was most impacted, and not necessarily in a good way, given his playing time effect that it would have, who would it be by Micah Parsons' arrival?
Lucas Van Ness?
Indeed. And yet, Micah Parsons going out of his way after the game to talk in glowing terms about Lucas Van Ness. And Lucas Van Ness, I thought he had a full sack in real time. It turned out it was only, he shared it with Rashawn Gary, but still, he played a bunch of snaps from the interior pass rushing spot where we talked about this when they drafted him, that was something that he had done at Iowa, and that was something that was in his skill set.
They call
and
that,
now he's going to be.
what do they call that, the cheetah package?
They call it the cheetah package.
Now, does that,
Indeed.
a lion catch a cheetah? Does a alpaca?
I think the gazelle catches and kills them all.
The gazelle's the king of the jungle.
That's my understanding from this program. Yes,
All right.
that's how it's. That's the hierarchy. The food chain.
This did continue into me filling in on Jim, Matt, and Molly yesterday.
Oh,
afternoon.
now so you did that and that Coach
I
Alvarez
did
show?
3 shows
No
yesterday.
wonder you're so cranky today. You're always giving me grief. No wonder you're
surprised
so
the fans and the listeners weren't cranky.
They brought at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. They were doing wine samples. Apparently, that's what they do on Mondays. And they brought
Can you have some while you're? How is that?
I did it after the show was over.
Okay.
After the show was over.
IPT during the show.
Our guy Tanner brought me over a bottle of wine. He said, "Would you like to sample this
Oh.
one?" It was called Lion Tamer.
That's a good one. That should they just
It
call
had
it
a
the
gazelle on the front.
They could call it the gazelle.
So this is what Micah Parsons said. I'm telling you, I think Van Ness is going to have his best year yet this year. I'm going to make sure of it.
Ooh, okay.
That guy, kind of like Andrew Cohen. God.
This is always the problem. When you bring stuff up, it doesn't go away. It continues on. All right, so
that guy.
No more Grudens. The Grudenisms are back in the hopper. They're dead.
I literally didn't even think of it until it had come out of my mouth.
I know.
That guy, he's a very selfless player, like very selfless. He's one of them guys that can go anywhere. He plays the run. He does everything. He's a high-quality player that you just want to be around. I'm going to make sure that guy gets as many plays as possible. I believe in him.
Does that mean he'll play less, or does that mean?
I believe he's going to play as an interior rusher when I'm on the field.
And here's the thing. He's 100% right about the fact that because he is a field tilter, it is going to make life easier for LVN. Now, he has to take advantage of it, and all of that attention that's going to go, I think the biggest benefactors, besides the defensive backs, Evan Williams, the safeties, with balls that are going to be thrown earlier than they want to be, it's going to be Rashawn Gary, Lucas Van Ness. And it's because knowing protection schemes and understanding, Jeff Hafley, how you can manipulate those, and understanding you're going to know what they're going to do because they have to, you're going to get more and more opportunities, either one-on-one or, as we saw in the game, zero on one.
Right.
When they decided to not even block a guy down by the goal line.
Yeah.
When you start looking at all of that, that's just a smidge of what this is going to look like. They're going to continue to add things on as time elapses and make it more and more difficult for a defense to approach it. And Lucas Van Ness will be a huge benefactor of that.
So the more skeptical among us, and I'm looking at you, Josh DiMaggio.
Is he on the video screen?
No, not actually.
Oh,
figuratively looking at him, yeah. That's just him being a good teammate to the guy whose job he stole, right?
Well, he didn't steal his job.
Michael in the YouTube comments, Micah also knows, not Micah, Michael says that Micah, just in case Jerry Jones is listening, Micah also knows Lucas is about to become a star and wants some credit for it when it happens. Am I being Pollyanna-ish to think that this is just Micah Parsons knowing that now he's a leader on this team, and he did take this guy's playing time to some degree, but that he also sees potential in him, and he's going to help him reach his potential? Is that wrong of me to think he's just trying to be a good teammate and help a guy get better?
No, and a lot of times you do look at things from that point of view, especially if you're writing an article about them, but I don't think that's the case here. I think what you're looking at is someone that is now secure. He's paid, and he is brought in to be to do a certain thing, and he knows how good he is, and he knows the impact that he can have. And I think for him, seeing guys get paid, and we heard him say he's going to get guys some Pro Bowls. He's going to. Mm-hmm. Why would you not like that? Like, I want that approach. I wish I was as athletically arrogant that I could do that myself.
Right.
Every player wishes they could dictate the amount of attention that they get. That's why they're so rare. And that's why typically good organizations don't trade them away. And luckily for us, we found someone that was interested in doing it. And you're going to see the butterfly effect. Somebody's going to end up getting a T-shirt, the Parsons effect butterfly. There is a ripple that will continue to go through, and people are going to ride that, and it's going to improve everybody's play. That's why people go to the end of the earth to try and find players like this that do that for their teammates, because there's not a lot of them. And when you get one, you're incredibly excited about it, and that's, I think, why all of the expectation and all of the excitement is in Green Bay now, because we have one.
So let me revisit this with you, and then we'll hear about Jones Dairy Farm, and then we get to listen to Jesse before he had his wine tasting at Ruth's Chris. You know what I'd be interested in at Ruth's Chris, by the way? It would be steak tasting. They're excellent there. But
got a great tuna appetizer too. Like a
is
really
that right?
Good tuna.
Tuna tartare?
No, it's like a
ahi tuna. We
tuna,
had that on the table last.
That's really
night.
good. A
Very
little
good.
wasabi. I'm a big wasabi guy. Put a little wasabi.
Not
on
a
the
mince
dot of
guy,
it.
but a big
Yeah,
wasabi
that's
guy.
true.
Interesting. When we talk about Micah Parsons, and now we're talking about the effect he could have on Lucas Van Ness, we have not talked about, but I don't think it's a complete coincidence, that a guy who had 7.5 sacks last year had 1.5 in his first game with Micah Parsons, right, in Rashawn Gary, and not going to get as many double teams. So will he be more productive? I would certainly expect him to be. You mentioned the quote that Micah Parsons had on Thursday, that he's never not had an all-pro or Pro Bowl corner or defensive back on his team. Because, well, either they had guys already or he helped make guys into that guy because of the pressure he would generate. We saw different examples of it in the game on Sunday. You mentioned the Colby Wooden with the 1-on-0 where he wasn't blocked on that tackle that he made, and two guys were busy blocking Micah Parsons on a run play. When you talk about bullseye guys, and you always use this comparison about meetings and pointing specific guys out, how often are bullseye guys able to turn the attention they're getting on themselves into success for the guys around them?
Well,
does it depend solely on how good the guys around them are?
Yeah. But what it does do is it allows a good player to become that much better, even into the great category. But you have to have guys, the Reggie Whites, there is not a long list of guys. The list of guys that are that and have proven it are wearing gold jackets. And then you elevate other guys into being like a really nice player to Pro Bowl players. And that is the goal. And that's why those players are so important to what you do. And that's why it doesn't matter. So football has changed a bunch. The way training camp is run, the way people can get water, and maybe the Junction Boys, you couldn't get water. There's a lot of things have changed. You know what has not changed? And I don't care if you're coaching Pee Wee football, if it's Hunter and the crew at Prep Mania watching, and it's like, who's the kid from Verona last year? Poteet. You know what happens? You say, it can't let that guy keep beating us, and they're still going to beat you.
Yep.
And then you use all these resources to try and stop them, and somebody else goes, well, I just got a one-on-one, and I'm going to – and you just – it doesn't matter. Ron Wolf, every general manager throughout the era is always looking for the blue-chip, field-tilting players. And when you get them, is it a coincidence that when the Green Bay Packers have won championships, there have been field tilters on the field on the defensive side of the ball? Is that a coinky-dink?
No, it is not a coinky-dink.
Well, that's why it's important. And Rashawn Gary, I've always thought, I maybe put him in the elite bucket early. I thought that playoff game against San Francisco that we lost, you watch the film and you tell me he wasn't elite, I'd tell you don't know what the hell you're looking at.
Right. He
dominated. It wasn't dominated some slouch. It was a guy that ended up getting a big fat contract with the Denver Broncos. So, and now all of a sudden, you're not going to be able to, well, let's leave a body in here. Let's do this. Because if you do that and you single block Micah Parsons, you'll be fired. Because if Micah Parsons beats you, people are going to look at you and say, what kind of coaching is that? You think that this guy can block Micah for 70 snaps?
Right.
That is idiocy. But if Rashawn Gary beats the guy, you say, hey, them's the breaks. Like that's where you're at. And Rashawn Gary's a Pro Bowl player. Whether or not you want to admit it or not, he made a Pro Bowl. And he's a good player that has a really good opportunity to become a great player. And unfortunately, what I think will happen, bills are going to start coming due.
That is 100% true.
Rashawn Gary's bill is going to start ratcheting up. And then I know how the Packers operate. You're going to look at it and say, well, we can only have so many resources allocated to this position group. Now, there will be exceptions, but we saw it with Aaron Jones. Well, we're not paying $20 million a year in salary to running backs. That doesn't fit our budget. And what happened? Aaron Jones went bye-bye. That's how this works.
Well, they were teammates for about 15 minutes. I don't know what the secret to Micah Parsons' success is, but I know this. If he went over to Jones Dairy Farm and got to enjoy a big protein-packed breakfast or lunch, he'd be even better.
Indeed. Jones Dairy Farm, family-owned and operated here in the great state of Wisconsin, down in Fort Atkinson since 1889. And, all this health stuff, everybody's eating clean. Oh, I don't want preservatives. Oh, da, 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 da. Well, Jones been doing it for forever. It's always been the original family recipe, available in pork, chicken, and turkey. They're all natural sausage made with fresh meat only. No fillers, no nitrates, MSG, gluten. They also make naturally smoked ham, Canadian bacon. Oh, and that dry-aged bacon. Oh, is that good. And Braunschweiger, fully cooked meatballs. Head on down. Go to jonesdairyfarm.com to learn more about everything they have to offer. I think we have another new video coming out. Getting ready to shoot a fun one, but it's going to be super fun with Max. Check out jonesdairyfarm.com for all of their great all-natural products.
You heard Jesse mention his time over at Ruth's Chris. We're going to hear and see from his conversation with Barry Alvarez.
Can't wait to hear about that point spread.
Having said,
everybody wanted me to ask him about the point spread.
Did you bring up pendulum?
I did not bring up the pendulum.
I told you to bring up pendulum.
You think I can control what happens on that show?
No. But pendulum, that's his go-to. In our broadcast, I will probably use pendulum 5 times, and I always refer to the pendulum will swing back now. He would have given you, because the pendulum swung when Allegro made that big play. Perfect time for a pendulum, and you didn't bring up pendulum.
Did you also bring up a peninsula, or no?
No, didn't do that either.
He probably likes Door County. That's a beautiful peninsula.
We will hear from the great Barry Alvarez with the great Jesse Nelson next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Feel the thrill, chase the excitement, and win big. With jackpots soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See AssociatedBank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
It's the best time of the year, and you know what that means for me. It's tailgating season. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. If you're in Madison tailgating before a game, there's only one thing to do to elevate your experience, and that's bring it with Door County Distillery. Whether that's the cherry brandy for your old-fashioned, the single malt whiskey, or any of the gins, vodkas, and in-betweens, Door County Distillery has you covered. Find the retailer nearest you at doorcountydistillery.com.
Seriously injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
I'm not afraid of getting older. I want less day from dying young. I see the light and go past my shoulder. I want less day from dying young. And I'm not afraid of getting older. I want less day from dying young. And I see the light and go past my shoulder. From dying young, I'm one less day from dying young. All my life I have been wandering, burning up.
Two legends, Jesse Nelson and Barry Alvarez, chopping it up last night. Jesse, tell us what happened.
Well, for the record, the Wisconsin all-time sack leader and UW Athletic Hall of Famer Tarek Saleh was there, as well as Derek Engler, both Rose Bowl champions.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
But who was conducting this interview with these questions specifically?
I'll be honest, I heard a little bit of the show. I didn't even know Jesse was on it. Like, I'm listening, and it's Derek, and then Tark chimes in, and obviously, everyone's there to hear Coach and his stuff. I didn't know Jesse. I didn't even know Jesse was hosting last night.
My role on that show, hey, guys, what do you think of Middle Tennessee? And then I sit back and eat a steak for 10 minutes, and they go, oh, okay. So everyone wanted me to ask him about the line for the Alabama game, because last week it went pretty...
And just for the record, it's not like you go over and sit early and say, hey, is there anything you don't want to... Like, Barry's going to talk about what he wants to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. So I told him there was one thing that I had multiple texts, multiple requests to ask him about, and it was the line for the Alabama game, because notably, he said last week he thought we, Wisconsin, he can say that, would be favorites going into that game.
Yeah, and we, as the WILDE Tausch's crew, and I'm not going to speak for Jason, but I think he agreed with me, thought that was...
inaccurate.
Yeah, that's the nicest way to put it.
I think it's I think it's safe to say most people may have thought that, but we appreciated his confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I asked him about it, and he responded, and here is how that went. The questions that were asked of me to ask you, they said, are you going to ask Coach about what that line is? Because, yes,
you can ask me.
On ESPN Bet, Wisconsin has opened as a 20.5-point underdog for this weekend.
Those that are asking, that's what the bookies see. That's not what I happen to see, yet it doesn't make any difference what either one of us see. You got to go play. I have confidence that our guys will go compete with them and compete well. And so, we'll find out.
Barry, all due respect, you didn't say that you see them as a favorite. You predicted they would be favored, and they are most definitely not favored.
I think that's a fair assessment. So here's what happens, and I think Barry now as a media member, we tend to overreact to stuff.
No.
Yeah, it happens. I know. Not here, but on other shows it does.
Wait,
and,
you're a media member?
I didn't say me.
Analyst.
I said you guys.
Okay.
Alabama had a brutal loss to Florida State.
Indeed.
Our defense looked really good against Miami, Ohio, even in the best of worlds. Like, I didn't think that there would be a chance that we would be some kind of a favorite down in Bama. We're going to be dogs.
Correct.
Don't know what it is, if it's what you think you said 20.5, whatever it is. What Barry's point was, and this is why he was such a great coach, is you have to get your players to embrace that part but believe that it's full of baloney. That's what he did there.
Yeah.
No, media is different than coaching.
True.
And I think he knows that too.
Jesse, did you appreciate his answer?
I did, and we talked a little further about it. We spent a lot of time, mostly Tarek, Derek, and Barry, talking about the Alabama game coming up on Saturday. There was a little bit more of the conversation I want to share, because, Tausch, I know you've heard this many times from Coach Barry Alvarez on finding an edge against Alabama. So he brought that up last night, and I asked, well, what's the edge that Wisconsin can have against Bama? Here, you can hear how that went.
Which, where do you start when you're talking with your team throughout the week about what that competitive advantage may be?
You find it, whatever it is. You find it. You make it up. You may have to lift up the rug. You may have to look around the corner. You find out. You figure something out where you have an advantage. I'm looking at Alabama. And my whole thing was you're not playing Joe Namath, and you're not playing all those great Alabama teams in the past. You're not playing the national champions and all that. You're playing the cats that show up, the guys you're watching on film. That's who you're playing. So don't make this bigger than what it is. It's a good team. You have to respect them. You're playing on the road. It's a hostile environment. That's okay. We're going to do that all year. But don't make this bigger than what it is. Don't make them better than who they are. You watch films. You can evaluate who they are, what you have to do to compete against them.
That right there, Jason, gives you a insight into what locker rooms we were in.
Mm-hmm.
Those conversations are exactly and coach speak is coach speak. You either can figure that out and be really good at it, and you have a way of doing it and a timing, and your job as a coach, obviously prepare your guys, but you have to make them believe and form around a goal. And if it's a weekly thing, and all week it's going to be Bama, 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 Bama. Like that's how it's going to go. And it's Luke Fickell and his staff's job this week to, if it is finding an edge, it could be something small. It could be something motivational. You want them to let the outside noise say one thing, but on the inside it's saying something else. And that's why Barry, that's why he, right there, I started thinking, oh, yeah, okay. All right. I don't know what he never did get into what that edge actually was, but you at least heard him going down that path. And I could bet Tark and Derek are both like, none of us can put pads anymore, but we're all like, yeah, we can figure this out. That's the beauty of Barry Alvarez.
I was going to say that line about you're not playing, the great players of that team's history. You're playing the guys you see on film. I remember him using that when I was a student in 1992. That is one of Barry Alvarez's go-tos.
When stuff works, you keep rolling with it.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's why we keep Nelly all the time, right? Because it's a very similar philosophy on that.
Of all of our segments, I'm not sure that would have been the one I would have used.
Okay. Numbers game.
It's a good example about not.
Speaking of something that we keep doing every single day, it's time for trivia, presented by Cousin Subs. Jesse, what is today's category, and what caller would you like?
We're in rhythm now. It's Tuesday during the football season. Badgers Trivia Tuesday. They are playing 19th ranked Alabama. You can use that information as a
20.5-point dog.
And Wisconsin's ranked this, so it's then no, it's not what we're doing today. Didn't you do your math yesterday? I still haven't figured out what the heck that was. No, it's 14-point win. And somebody's number was 26. Let's go caller 12. Isn't that how you did it yesterday?
No, I believe that is how it worked out, basically. Caller 19 right now, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller number 19 right now plays Badgers Trivia Tuesday. Trivia presented by Cousin Subs. We believe in better. Caller 19 right now, 844-770-3776. We'll play next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Is your roof underperforming? Saggy shingles, leaky spots? Sounds like someone needs a little Evandale roofing. They don't just patch things up, they go all the way. Tight, sealed, satisfied. It's the kind of roof that'll have your neighbors going,
now that's a roof.
Evandale Roofing. They get on top so you don't have to. Call now. Your house deserves it.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Their Labor Day sale is extended. Save 10% store-wide and get a $100 Packers gift card when you spend over $1,999. Shop in-store or at steinhoffels.com. A lopsided second half pushed Wisconsin to its 42-10 runaway over Middle Tennessee. After the defense secured a fourth down stop, the offense delivered 2 plays later.
Kekahuna! Look at the speed! Catch! Kekahuna! Touchdown! 61 big yards for the sophomore!
FS1's Eric Collins on that call. The 61-yard dash, a career high for Kekahuna.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on the Packers. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Jake Buckles, Sauk Prairie High School. Jake, welcome.
Thanks for having me on here. So
man, we go way back. 4-year starter, you're going to be on offense. 3rd year on defense, especially in football. I know basketball and track as well, but particularly football. What does it mean to you to be an Eagle?
It means a lot to me. Wearing that jersey every night, it means a lot to me. Walking out with my teammates every night, seeing the fans.
When you look back in your time, you still got your senior year, but what do you can remember most about Sauk Prairie High School?
I think the most thing I'm going to remember is just all my football memories. Sauk's a good school and stuff like that, but I feel like I've learned the most lessons from sports. Pushing, when stuff's hard, you just, you keep trying to improve and keep trying to get better.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. With a legacy of excellence and an extensive selection of quality Ford vehicles, it's the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at metrofordofmadison.com. That's metrofordofmadison.com. Or visit them on the east side of Madison today.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde Tausch's and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Got the 11 o'clock hour coming up. I'm assuming, since I just got an alert on my ESPN app that the new power rankings are out, that Jesse is very eager to get to that. Is that inaccurate to believe that?
I love my power rankings. You know that.
Indeed.
I bet I'm going to be right this year on that.
On what?
On the power rankings. I think I'm going to get them right.
Yes, and you're going to win every one of the Steinhoffel sleepers of the week.
No, I won't
well.
win. Come on, Jason. Don't do that. I won't win all of them.
Well, you said this year. Do you mean like at some point this year? Or
No. This week I'm going to be right.
Okay.
If I said year, I meant today.
Well,
so that's
sorry,
on me.
Yeah, sorry for the confusion. We were overly critical and we shouldn't have been.
Oh, God.
Let's play trivia.
Thank you.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Let's welcome our contestant. A first-time contestant.
What? Oh, that makes Jason happy.
Jeff in Janesville. Jeff, good morning. Welcome to Trivia. How you doing?
Love you guys.
Give him 4 entries. Four entries. Let's just move along.
All right. So the fact that you say that, then of course I'm going to ask this question.
But you don't even have to now. You have evidence. You don't even have to ask that question.
Well, I have evidence that he's a long-time listener.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Jason, I've been waiting to call for a while, and it's been bugging me because Jesse gives Old T so much grief about his golf outing that he won. But Jesse said he bowled a 300 when he really didn't bowl a 300. And I can't believe Old T didn't lay into him for that.
Oh, I
when
did.
Jesse brought up, gave him so much heat. He gave him so much heat for winning that golf outing.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice.
I thought Jeff and I were friends off air here.
Jeff, imagine what it's like for me, who holds himself to a high ethical standard, to be surrounded by these two.
Yeah, thank you.
That is very true.
All right, let's play trivia.
I mean, I did bowl a 300, though.
No, a 9-pin tap doesn't count.
The score said 300.
You still won't go and do the thing we asked you to do where you just bowl a 300. You get a 10-hour window. You won't even go do that for charity. Let's just move it along. Yeah, that's nice of Jeff to bring that up and get this thing restarted. I
for
actually
the
appreciate
sixth
that.
time, let's play trivia. Jeff, question number 1. Which Wisconsin Badgers team is ranked number 6 in this week's poll for their respective sport? We know it is not football, as we learned with the rankings just a moment ago. Is it volleyball, men's soccer, or women's badminton?
Volleyball.
Indeed, number 6 in
Is
the
there
nation.
a women's badminton team?
Not to my knowledge, no. Not to my knowledge.
But we do. Our hockey team is ranked number 1.
Yeah, our women's hockey team is legit.
Jesse, did you print out the questions for Tausch? I see him holding
Indeed,
paper.
Preston Zachman was named Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week last week following his 2 interceptions in Week 1 against Miami, Ohio. Zachman became the first Badgers player to win Defensive Player of the Week since which player won the award in 2023? Is it Jake Chaney, Keanu Benton, or Hunter Wohler?
I'm going to go with, even though Keanu Benton's from Janesville, I'm going to go with Waller.
Boy, drop it now.
Way to give a shout out to your guy.
How
but
is
not
this
get
your
the question
first time?
wrong.
How that can't be his first time.
Long-time listener.
Yeah.
First time caller.
Listen all the time. I'm going to go to one of Jason's rummage sales here soon.
More Facebook Marketplace, but I can send you some links.
I bet you.
All right.
Oh, I got a bunch of hangers. Is there any way I can get those to you? I got a bunch of hangers.
We were in the same place on Sunday. You should have brought them. Question 3, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. It's a mistake by me.
Here we go. Wisconsin is one of 2 current Big Ten teams that has ever defeated Alabama in a regular season football game, defeating the Crimson Tide 15-0 in 1928.
How about that, huh?
That was even before the juncture.
Something
boys.
I can use.
It's in the game notes for this week.
It's actually something that's interesting. All right.
And I'm going to be listening for that, Tausch. I'm going to be listening
All
for
right,
you
I'll
to
drop
say
that.
that.
All right, I'll drop that.
With Jesse's dad. All right.
Which of these is the other current Big Ten team that has defeated Alabama in a regular season game? This is tricky. Is it
Very.
Purdue?
This is Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse's sticking it to you here.
That is
I'm
a
not gonna
tough
lie.
one.
Is it Purdue,
Yeah.
Penn State, or UCLA?
Ooh.
That's what
I
I
wish I could see old Pete on the monitor right now so he could help me out.
He can't.
I'm gonna
He doesn't
go with-
I don't think he knows it.
Let's go with UCLA.
Well, they weren't a member of the Big Ten Conference, and they didn't beat Alabama. Jesse, I'm assuming the correct
does all that
answer.
stuff go back to the Pac-12, or does UCLA
That's
stuff
a great
all come?
question. Yeah, I don't.
So, for the sake of this answer, the reason we're saying current Big Ten teams is because the correct answer is Penn State.
Okay.
They
Who
did it.
also wasn't in the Big Ten at the time.
When
They
did
did
they
it
beat
when
him?
I believe they were independent in 1990.
Did they beat him in a
defeated
national
Alabama.
championship too?
Well, I mean, Ohio State's beaten Alabama in the
No, I know.
playoff. Like,
I understand it's regular season,
Yeah.
but so Penn State wasn't a part of the Big Ten when they beat him.
not in 1990. No.
But so it counts.
But current Big Ten team. So USC ever beat them in the regular season. Washington, like those all would count for Rutgers. Those would all
Very
count for this.
tricky question for
Yeah,
Jeff.
kind of duplicitous.
But we
frankly.
learned something, which is what we like to do.
I do
around
like
Well, I
here.
think
learning.
Jeff would rather get the question right than
I
learn
think Jeff
something.
likes both, though. I think he likes learning and laughing. That's what I
You
feel
only
like.
can choose
Yeah,
one. You choose
that I
getting it
do.
right.
And I do.
Yeah.
So, real quick, I did learn something yesterday when I listened to you guys on demand. I didn't know Old T was not in the Wisconsin Hall of Fame. So when he does get in, when he walks out and does a ceremony, can he please wave? Because he didn't wave at Jason when he got introduced as
Oh,
Lambo the other day.
snap.
I didn't say anything.
Give Jeff less entry. One less entry. Yes, I will. I'll tell you what. I'll be like, what is that little curtsy deal that they do? I'll curtsy next time like they do in England. That's what I'm going to do next time, if I am so fortunate with the next time.
You can have Eleanor walk out with you, and she can do the curtsy.
Jeff, you got 2 out of 3 right. That means you got 3 of the possible 4 entries, minus 1 for the wave comment. So you've got 2 entries into Friday's drawing. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks. Love you guys.
I love you guys.
That is Wilde Tausch Trivia. That is the end of the 10 o'clock hour.
My father-in-law wanted to know if you tripped on the way out because he realized we're going and.
Oh, I was walking too slow.
It's just like, here you go, and then you start to do a little bit of a run. We're going to slow it down again.
What I was trying to explain is that there's a timing with this stuff, and I think some of the guys, I couldn't see because of all the smoke for everybody. I couldn't see if people were jogging or not, and so I wasn't 100% certain on that. So I tried to at least skip hop a little bit and get moving.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
9 minutes of fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Wisconsin Surplus in Mount Horeb, your homegrown auction powerhouse. From government assets to vehicles and equipment, find your next deal at wisconsinsurplus.com. The Green Bay Packers have opened as 3.5-point favorites, according to ESPN Bet, as they get set to host the Washington Commanders. Thursday night to kick off Week 2 of the NFL season. Kickoff is set for 7:15, and this is a good programming time to get everyone ready for this. 7:15 Thursday night on Amazon Prime. In Madison, the game will not be available over the air on standard television, exclusively on Amazon Prime. In the Milwaukee and Green Bay TV markets, it will be available over the air. So either go find a friend or get Amazon Prime. 7:15 kickoff Thursday night, Packers-Commanders at Lambeau Field. Plenty to get you set for the game over at ESPN.com from Packers reporter Rob Dumovsky as the team continues its preparations for Thursday night's big game. Brewers, don't forget about them, 7.5 up on the Cubs as they get set for action tonight. Brewers at Rangers, 7:05 tonight on 1670 The Zone in Madison. Badger Volleyball on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of WILDE TAUSCH begins now. And Jesse, it's the moment you've been waiting for. I intentionally did not click the link today to ESPN's NFL Power Rankings. But they did say in their teaser in my alert on my iPhone, Packers big jump. So now I'm curious just how high they jumped.
I'm trying to remember, what were they preseason?
I don't know.
They were in the 8, 7, 8. Yeah, 7 or 8.
6, 7.
No. Did you hear Nance? Did you guys hear Nance do it? Did you see the clip of Nance do it?
No, he did 6, 7?
He did 6, 7 on the broadcast.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Did you get one in on the? Because I had you and Matt LePay on. I have to admit, after the fourth down stop, and then when things started to get away from the Middle Tennessee, what were they again?
Blue Raiders.
Blue Raiders.
Raiders, yes. Blue. I knew they were blue something. I was going to say blue pill. That's not it. They were.
Blue
they
pill.
got.
What?
What do you get? What's going on over there?
I don't know. I've never taken that. I'm not familiar with what it does, but I've heard about it. The fourth down play is the pendulum. The pendulum play. And then I did not listen when it started to get out of hand for the Blue Raiders. Did you drop a 6-7 in the broadcast with Matt LePay?
I think I did. No, I don't think I did. Maybe in the pre or post, but I don't believe.
Well, I saw your interview on the field with Fickle beforehand. You did. That's a fast interview. I could never do it. You are very concise. You do a really nice job.
You're so good at clock management with him.
Really?
He just respects Fickle more than he.
No, it's. This was, I think, he actually gave some really good intel in the fact that Riley Mahlman was playing left tackle. And
agreed.
So that was, once I got that, I was like, all right, we're good. This week will be shorter. It's going to be 95 degrees. I'm going to try to get up to that air conditioning as quick as, hopefully air conditioning. I'm very nervous about this temperature this week. 95, like mid 90s. I hope the boys are hydrating. Going to be a big hydrate week. Drinking pickle juice and everything. This is always the narrative that everybody loves. You go down to Arizona as a Packer player. Hey, what are you going to do? You got to make sure you hydrate. Drink all this stuff. And that will be the conversation, I'm sure, that takes up. Because us northern teams, that you just can't go down there. And then it's on the flip side, I'm sure they feel the same way when they have to come up in the cold. Well, how are you going to handle the poor cold? Those are the narratives.
Just to be clear, you guys, that was a thing back in the 90s and early 2000s when you were playing in a hot weather place. They had you drink pickle juice. Did you ever actually do it yourself?
I love pickles. I'm not a pickle juice guy.
Ugh, I can't imagine drinking that. Yuck.
Gross. I would drink it. I don't think it's...
Only if you put some Tito's in it, am I right?
Oh, good one.
So let's get to this week's NFL Power Rankings.
First time for 2025, we review the ESPN NFL Nation Power Rankings, the official Power Rankings of record on Wilde and Tausch. We change up how we review these each week. Tausch, you said earlier you wanted to predict what the Power Rankings were this time around.
I do, and I think I'm going to be right here.
How would you like to start? The floor is yours.
I'm going to start with Nuthoak. Philadelphia Eagles until they're beaten. Don't care how bad they look. If they struggle, get kind of lucky to beat a bad, a team that not many people have high expectations for. So Philly's 1. Green Bay Packers are 2. There is nobody that looked better, both sides of the football, than the Green Bay Packers did in Week 1. So I think the Palm and people and the ESPN pollsters will say that the Green Bay Packers are next. Then I would bet it's the Buffalo Bills. Who else is over there? Who else am I missing?
Baltimore?
No, Baltimore's not going to be top 5. They're 0-1. Chiefs aren't. I think you probably are going to look at Buffalo. Who's in the NFC? That Washington might be up there. I think Washington will be 4 or 5. Those are my top 4. That's where I'm sticking with my top 4.
You are totally wrong.
On everything?
You did not get one right.
Really?
Yeah, this is that Price is Right game where they put the 5 digits of the car.
Do I
have one number right?
All right, so I understand that we have people that do this for social media. Could we splice together Tausch's proclamation moments ago about how right he was going to be, and then Jesse saying, you did not get one right?
How is Philadelphia not 1?
I assume they better be 2, right?
Checking in at number 1 in this week's ESPN NFL Nation Power Rankings, the Buffalo Bills.
Did they watch their defense play?
I disagree, but I can see how they got
They should have gotten their tails kicked. Baltimore gagged it away. All right, whatever. Buffalo's a good team, but they're not the best. Come on.
Number 2, Nuthoak, the Philadelphia Eagles. So you weren't far off, but you did have that one switched. Number 3, the team that lost to the Bills, the Baltimore Ravens.
That's dumb. That's clickbait. I'm sorry, it is.
Okay, again, I just want to take a moment. I assume, and I'll ask Rob Domofsky the next time we speak with him, but I assume they all send in their votes and then they get tallied. So it's not like they're putting their thumb on the scale and putting the Ravens 3rd to get. I don't even know why that would be clickbait, but I think this is just how the voting goes.
No, I'm sure. Yep. Nothing's maneuvered and manipulated, but I just couldn't disagree more. All right, Baltimore's going to be a good team, and they will end up in that range.
Yeah.
But not after. The whole point of this is you rank it off of what just happened. All right, the Green Bay's 4.
Lose. They're 0-1, and they're ahead of the Packers, clearly, who are 1-0. I agree with you on that, for sure.
They're ahead of 14 other teams that won this weekend. So number 1 is the Bills, 2 is the Eagles, 3 is the Ravens, 4 the 13-time world champion Green Bay Packers. Number 5, Kansas City. They're also 0-1. They're number 5. The Washington Commanders, the Packers' opponent this weekend, number 6. Or Thursday night, I should say. Rounding out the top 10, the Rams at 7, the Lions at 8, the Chargers at 9, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 10. That, your Week 1 ESPN NFL Power Rankings.
Yeah, I lost interest after 3. No, I'm being dead serious. Like, if it's that dumb,
it wasn't even the Packers yet.
It's dumb though. I lost interest.
Yeah, don't lose interest in the show though.
No, I lost interest in the power rankings because I really felt like mine is the right one, and I think for people that are looking at it, let's just go to take a look. Baltimore is a really good team, but you lost. You gagged away a game you should have won.
That's true.
And if they beat Buffalo, I would have put them 1 ahead of Philly, but they didn't.
So
it's just dumb.
Give us your top 5
I
again.
just did.
So you got Philly.
Could you do it again?
Philly
No,
1.
I don't remember.
Philly's 1.
Yeah.
Green Bay 2.
Buffalo 3, Washington
Buffalo,
4.
Washington.
Yeah.
And then you don't even care about the 5th.
No. Baltimore.
Tausch's top 4.
I'll put Baltimore 5.
Tausch's Mount Rushmore.
And then I'll
of
put Dallas
NFL
6
teams.
because they played the champ so tough. And I'll put Detroit 30th because they played Green Bay so bad. Is that how we're doing this now? So
you can't be so mad at the power
I'd rather
rankings.
power rank like ice cream or something.
Oh,
like,
come on.
No, I'm being serious. Like, that's dumb. Like, can we agree that's dumb?
All right. I just want to remind you, it is not Jesse's or my power rankings.
No, I'm not mad at you guys. I just think it's dumb. There's always arguments you can make. I don't know how you argue that. Like, I'd love to hear someone's argument on why Baltimore would be 3 at this point in the season, because there is no argument. Now, if they go and throttle somebody next week and their defense starts clamping down, all right, now I can see it. But they just gagged away in a horrible fashion a huge game, and everybody's going to and ESPN's going to put them 3 in the power rankings. It soured me. I'm soured, and I ain't sure I'm going to be able to sweeten. Because everybody always knows whenever you're sour, you want to sweeten. I don't think I'm going to be able to sweeten.
Or you just say, forget it, and have yourself a Coors Light, and then everything is right with the world.
Coors Light brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold package, so it is made to chill in the mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans. Turn blue, that's when you know it is chilled to perfection. Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We will continue with the program. We will not continue with the power rankings.
You didn't even get to Domovsky pick the best newcomer performance for the Packers.
Jesse, we did Lucas Van Ness earlier in the program. Right? So I was going to tease that. But if you'd like to tease it, go right ahead.
Give us a tease.
Go ahead, Jesse.
Who was the best newcomer performance for the Green Bay Packers? Rob Domovsky pointed out at ESPN's NFL Nation.
You'll never believe who it was.
Could be anybody.
It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all. On the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house. Only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
The Midwest's best baseball players have one thing in common: GRB Academy. For 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, producing over 468 college commits and 27 major league draft picks. Their Windsor facility has 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training space. Next up to bat is GRB's top prospect camp on Sunday, October 12th, open to the high school classes of 2026 through 2029. Claim your spot now at grbacademy.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Former basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal is DJ Diesel, and he's coming to the Sylvie on Friday, September 19th. Catch Shaq and his Base All-Stars live. Tickets on sale now at Sylvie.com. Don't miss your chance to see Shaq, DJ Diesel live in Madison on September 19th.
Wilde Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
We'll get to Whoa Nelly coming up a little bit later here in the 11 o'clock hour. I also have a quick question for Old T. As a man who spends a lot of time on the golf course, temperature today in Green Bay, 72 degrees. The girls are competing for their high school in a golf match. And the timing of availability at Lambeau Field works out great for me, so I can go to the locker room and then go see them play for a while and then come back for Matt LaFleur and the assistant coaches this afternoon before then one of them plays in a volleyball match later. My question for you, Tausch, is 72 degrees on a golf course. I'm not playing, but I am walking the course. Do I go golf polo, or can I go quarter zip like the one you're wearing of the Badgers, or am I going to be too warm?
72.
Is the sun shining?
It is currently, yes.
I
think I got to go polo, right? I'm going to be
you'll get a little sweaty.
If it's cloudy, you might be okay in the quarter zip, but if the sun's
I'd probably
out,
go just
polo.
Yeah, just go polo.
Okay, all right. Thank you for your assistance. Let me help you out with. I'm sorry. Jesse really wants to get to some pickle juice.
512 on the text line. Can confirm I still drink pickle juice. I buy it by the gallon at the grocery store. Also can confirm after trying it that it should never be mixed with vodka.
Oh, he's tried?
Yeah, he's tried it.
She has tried
Yes.
vodka.
512.
Well, then they use Tito's, though.
Well, doesn't specify that, so it's possible that it would be better with Tito's.
Okay.
You know what, Jesse? Next time we are together, we will try a pickle juice and Tito's.
No.
Why?
I will not do
The
that.
pickle fusion.
Stop signing me up to do things
The
with
pickler. You can call it the pickler.
Yeah,
it could be the official drink of your favorite place to play
I don't
pickleball.
like pickles in any form, so no, I don't want that.
So you're not going to try
understand the
it?
appeal of pickles. Not a pickle guy.
You're not going to try it?
No.
We got the GBO coming up. I think it's in a couple weeks when we're going to be out there doing our show.
Greater Bucky Open, for those of you uninitiated.
I bring some pickle juice. There's a little Tito's.
Pickle juice!
I will have Tito's on the
juice.
rocks before I would have Tito's with pickle juice. There's so many better things Tito's mixes with than pickle juice.
Yeah.
All right,
Muddle
well,
it. You
I'm
gotta
going to bring
muddle
us
it.
a couple, and we'll see what happens.
No, stop saying I'm not doing it.
After we're off the air, of course, like you did with your wine tasting at Ruth's Chris. All right. The topic that all 32 members of the NFL Nation coverage team were asked to give for the power rankings was best newcomer performance. I don't want to speak for Rob Domofsky. I'm sure there are times where this assignment is challenging. I feel very confident that in this instance, he literally could have done this with his eyes closed. The best newcomer for the Green Bay Packers performance goes to Micah Parsons.
What?
I know. It's an upset. It's
I'm
like
going
when the
Edgerrin-
Shape
I'm
of
going
Water
Edgerrin-
won.
I'm going Edgerrin Cooper.
He's not a newcomer.
He kind of is. He missed a bunch of games.
No, come on.
Was he the starting linebacker last year?
He was on the team
No, I
last
know he was.
year.
I'm well aware.
What does newcomer mean?
It all depends on what flow of the game you're asking. Was he
You're
the
not-
starting?
you're not really gonna
Was he
try
the
to
starting
defend
middle
this, are you?
linebacker last year?
He wasn't the starting middle linebacker this year.
Was he the starting linebacker this year?
Not in the opener, he wasn't. But he started games last year, yes.
There could be a guy named Newcomer on the team, and the award for best newcomer would have gone to Micah Parsons this week.
No, I'm going to go Golden. I'm going Golden. That's what I'm doing.
I understand that you didn't like the power rankings. And I agree with you. You are right and they are wrong. I think we could probably let the newcomer debate go.
Just give him this one.
All right. I'll give him this one. It's pretty hard to not. It's pretty hard. I can't even make a really good argument. Even though I think that, there are other players that had a monster impact. Micah Parsons is a pretty good newcomer. And all right, Rob, you win this one.
All right, so my follow-up question now.
Matthew Golden, 2 catches for 16 yards.
He wouldn't even won the Steinhoffler, which should have been won by Romeo Dobbs. But be that as it may, when you look at what Micah Parsons did, it turned out to be 30 snaps officially according to the game book. He was really productive, and he helped other people be productive as well. Tausch, what's realistic for us to expect from him in a short week
how does he feel?
against the team that he had 4.5 sacks against in 2 games last year?
Yeah, I don't know what his, how he came out of that game. It's obviously a short week. He's not going to play a full tilt.
Correct.
I would think you'd sprinkle a little bit more, knowing that if he's feeling good, you sprinkle a little bit more, maybe get it to 35. But if you use him the same way you used him last game, I think that's fine. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. You'd go ahead and do that, and you just let it build, and then you realize you'll have 10 days to recover and get back into it. So I don't have any problem. I won't have any problem with whatever they end up choosing to do, but I would probably try to keep it in that same ballpark that you had last week.
I would agree with you. All right. Well, you earlier in the program talking about things that work, you stick with them. You mentioned Nelly. Not sure I agree with that assessment, but that's coming up next. It doesn't work as well as you being right all the time, or most of the time, on Prize Picks.
Well, I've had a good couple weeks. We'll dabble again. We'll look at Thursday nights. I'm sure we'll do that either Thursday or Wednesday, depending on what Jesse wants to do. And we make decisions every day. And on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. More or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. You get it right, you cash in. Pretty simple. Prize Picks offers Venmo and Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. They also offer injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half, doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. So what are you waiting for? Download the app today. It is fun. Use the code WI. Let's do it before Thursday. and get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, man, it's good to be right.
I'm seeing something here on Prize Picks.
What do we got?
Boy.
Travis Kelce discount.
Oh.
0.5 receiving yards for the engaged Travis Kelce.
Not sure that's a lock.
It was 47.5. They dropped it to 0.5. Feels pretty good.
I'll probably dabble. That sounds like a dabbler.
I obviously am not a dabbler in this. I do have a question, though. Like, I feel like a quarterback 0.5 passing yards, it's a pretty big gimme. Even running backs, 0.5 rushing yards, I feel pretty good. I feel like pass catchers, that's a little dicier.
It's definitely trickier, for sure.
Right?
That's what
Am
I just
I wrong
said.
to think that?
I just
Okay.
said it's a little dicier than.
All right.
No doubt about it. It's no gimme.
Kelce's catching one
You feel
pass.
good.
He's getting 1 yard.
You feel good, but you're not going to be sitting here and all if that doesn't happen. And he can catch a little bubble screen and get tackled behind the line.
But that's why they specify it's not a free square.
For sure.
It's a discount
We
square.
understand the way it works, Jesse. I'm just saying I would be a little more apprehensive about what seems like a gimme if it's someone who's relying on catching the ball from someone else throwing it to them. That's all.
I think it's a very fair point.
Well, Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Well, this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0-interest financing for 12 months. My new buddy Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
The biggest games,
Back-to-back state championships. Still going. Lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
the most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Ruger Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up on Tuesday's show, two-time Super Bowl champ Chris Long, comedian Bert Kreischer, and Arizona's catch machine Trey McBride. That's Tuesday on The Rich Eisen Show on Disney+, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
Out of context quotes from in the commercial break. When I think comedy, I think Jesse Nelson. And when I think Whoa Nelly, I think Jesse Nelson too.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on WILDE Tausch's.
Well, now after that setup, I don't know if I can do exactly what I wanted to do here. I wanted to bring in a special guest that we haven't heard from in a while.
Oh, bring him in! Bring him in!
For Whoa Nelly. Are you guys sure that that's what we want to do here?
Yeah, for sure. You know comedy and you know clowns. He's getting out of his tiny car right now, him and 8 other clowns.
It's Dunzo the Clown! Hey, everybody! We've got some teams that are donezo after week 1 of the NFL season. The San Francisco 49ers, they won! But George Kittle's out at least a couple of weeks, and Brock Purdy's banged up. Are they donezo with their reign of the NFC West, Tausch?
Well, they didn't win it last year, so I don't know how long that reign was. No, they're not donezo. I think their Super Bowl contending chances, I think their window, the pre-big contract, they're going to have to recycle. They're going to have to redo some things. But no, I think San Fran has a really good chance to still win that division. Not even close to being donezo. No.
I don't think they're donezo either, but that's a bad scene, man. And I'm just they added another running back at one point too. I think there's some apprehension there about their star running back Christian McCaffrey breaking down more and more. I think they are on the down slope for sure.
Whoa, Nelly!
Whoa, Dunzo!
I wasn't sure what button to hit there. I guess that's the one. Over in New York, Russell Wilson clarified in week 2 that he's still the starting quarterback by Giants head coach Brian Daboll. It's only been 1 week. Is Russell Wilson's time in the NFL as a starter donezo?
Whenever this mercifully comes to an end for him, yes. And it should have been last year, maybe even 2 years ago. Russell Wilson has had a really good career. There will be a lot of debate about him being a Hall of Famer. But as far as all of this stuff goes, his time in New York and any chance of having a ton of success, pretty much donezo, yeah.
I'm not, as those who listen to the program know, I'm not necessarily a hater when it comes to Russell Wilson. He does strike me as somewhat inauthentic at times, but I'm also not a huge fan, and they're just biding their time before they turn it over to Jackson Dart there. And so he's reached the point in his career where he is a placeholder, unfortunately. I mean, he may surprise us and bounce back really well. It looked like Daniel Jones was pretty good for the Indianapolis Colts.
Anything that happens against the Dolphins, don't put any credence in it.
That guy's going to get fired, right?
For sure.
Daniel.
Yeah. I'm guessing they're going to be a Dunzo. We'll be Dunzo in him here.
And then
soon.
the Packers can bring him onto their staff like they do with all the other guys that get fired. Yeah, I saw some of that game. They had all the different games on during the noon hour, and he looks not great, Bob. Not great, Bob. Next.
Whoa, Nelly! I was also going to ask about the Dolphins, but instead I'll ask about the Chicago Cubs. Boo! The Cubs are 7.5 games back of the Brewers with 17 games left to play in the season. Are the Cubs donezo, and have the Brewers already won the National League Central?
Oh, I'm not going to jinx them.
Oh, boy.
No jinxing for me. Let's just keep winning games. Let's just keep doing our thing. I'm not going to write anybody off until that magic number is at a beautiful 0. So not going to donezo the Cubs yet, although I feel very, very, very confident that the Brewers are going to end up winning that division.
I am not going to be responsible for any jinxing or alleged I don't believe in jinxes,
Well,
but
then
I don't
do it.
want that.
Well, then do it.
But as Mark, could I finish?
Sure you can, Jason.
But as Mark Tauscher often accurately says, I don't want that smoke. So I don't believe in them, but I don't want people who do believe in them to say, oh, they lost 8 in a row after Wilde said they had locked up the division. So I'm not saying that. You and Dunzo, Jesse, you and your buddy Dunzo, though, are both big fans of the manager of the Cubs. Here is the scenario that I'm worried about, if I'm being honest.
Uh-oh.
They're going to win the division, and they're going to see the Cubs in the playoffs, and the Cubs are going to get them in the playoffs. That's what I'm scared of. I hope I'm wrong, but if I'm not, it's going to be really hard for you, because you do not like their manager anymore. And that would be a very tough pill for you and Dunzo to swallow.
I've been thinking about this since June.
Thank you.
But here's how winners.
What a polluted mindset.
No, here's
man.
how this
it's
is
a totally
Jason's,
polluted mindset.
Jason's
You're
got
right.
the polluted mindset. Here's how the
He hadn't
winners
been
are
thinking
looking
about
at
it since June.
Winners are looking at it this way.
Right.
The Brewers have an opportunity to go through the playoffs, taking down Craig Counsell and the Cubs, David Stearns and the Mets in the CS, and then the Yankees or whoever you'd like to put in there from the American League.
Well,
that was really good.
If you were going to bring that, you have to bring another Brewer, former Brewer.
Exactly.
Well, but that's the way you were setting it up. It's like,
wait,
how's that going to play?
There isn't one. That's. I
The execution there was poor.
That would be perfect if we could, but there's nothing in the American League that's
sure,
like
somebody plays somewhere that you could say, oh, the Orioles. And,
Vinny Capra and the Chicago White Sox. That's what you want me to say?
Something, yeah.
I don't think you thought
Got
that
to be a
one
former
through
Brewer
that well.
somewhere over there. You can just at least lump in because your other 2 points are great. Yeah,
Josh
okay, that would
Hader
be.
and the Astros.
There you go. There you go.
Sure.
I don't get, so you're already worried about that. Let me ask you this.
Not worried,
Because
but
I just said,
knowing the realistic nature
I
that
didn't
the
even ask you
Brewers
the
and
question
Cubs
yet.
could play in the, I'm not worried about it. I'm
But I
aware
didn't
it could
ask.
happen.
All right. Do we not feel? We talked about the Packers all day. We feel different. At least I do about
Devin
this
Williams and the
defense
Yankees,
and
by
all
the way,
of
would-
this.
Oh, Devin Williams.
That would have been really good too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We all agree that with Micah coming, everything just feels different, bigger.
Yeah,
right.
Agreed. Yep.
With the way this team has played, I know we've been snake bit. I know everybody's got we're a little market that could. Don't you feel different about this team? So then, what are you worried about? Like, if they get beat, they get beat, but you feel different. This isn't, we're a plucky little – we're the best blanking team in baseball, and you're sitting here worried about some clown from the 70s?
60s, man.
And that show was shot down in Chicago. WGN put on Bozo back in the day.
Yeah, Bozo.
Dunking those little ping pong balls in the bucket, and you're like, that kid's going to keep hitting. And
Bozo's
and
buckets.
They'd rattle around. And we're all sitting here, and you got a polluted mindset. I think everybody's on edge. Jason, I don't want to play the Cubs. We're the best blanking team in baseball. This isn't we're limping in or a COVID year. We've had win streaks. We're getting burgers. What are we doing? Act like it. We're the best team in baseball. Act like it. Stop crying. Stop pouting. And, oh, my God, I don't want to play those guys.
I feel like I'm being scolded.
The only guy you're talking to is the guy who's not a fan.
You just said you've been worried about it since June.
No, I've been aware of the circumstances.
That's not what you
That is not.
said what you.
Oh, my God.
Thanks for abandoning me in my hour of need.
Go check the tape.
I've been thinking about this since June, is what I said. I've been thinking about this since June.
I think you've been worrying about it since June, but so now you're going to backtrack.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Just thinking.
Should we have a conversation about what you thought about in June?
If you love a good story, beating Counsell and the Cubs, Stearns and the Mets, and Devin Williams and the Yankees would be a pretty awesome path to a World Series title.
Okay.
Also, Trent Grisham plays for the Yankees, too, apparently.
Well, just all the comedies of errors of Brewers postseasons past can all be in one place. Yeah, sure.
Just trying to help out that really great analogy or whatever that was until it wasn't.
Yeah, I think had you just said through the NL, that would have been really good, and then stopped it. But
now
I get it.
Now we workshopped it. Now we got it.
There's times
Thanks,
you
guys.
start rolling with analogies, and you kind of, I don't know exactly where I want to finish that. So I get where you're coming from.
Stuck the landing, yeah.
I usually stick the landing.
Yeah, you do. He did not. By the way, some breaking news from the NFL. The San Francisco 49ers, who we had mentioned moments ago, have released kicker Jake Moody, whom they drafted in the 3rd round a couple of years ago. He has been very inconsistent for them, and now his time is done in San Francisco. All right. That was quite the ride with Dunzo.
This is why I don't come around too often anymore. Oh, bye-bye.
We say goodbye to Dunzo and we wrap up the program. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. A lopsided second half pushed Wisconsin to its 42-10 runaway over Middle Tennessee. After the defense secured a 4th down stop, the offense delivered 2 plays later.
Kekahuna! Look at the speed! Catch! Kekahuna! Touchdown! 61 big yards for the sophomore!
FS1's Eric Collins on that call. The 61-yard dash, a career high for Kekahuna.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, We can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right, you want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back September 9th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Texas Rangers.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in September 9th at 7:05 on WISC TV in Madison, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Bring your family out to the next Forward Madison FC game. Their family special, sponsored by Madison Gas and Electric, is the perfect budget-friendly option for any families to enjoy professional soccer in Madison. For just $21, get your game ticket, plus a meal and scarf. Get your family together and come cheer on the Mingos as they make their playoff push. Head to ForwardMadisonFC.com to learn more and get your tickets today. That's ForwardMadisonFC.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
All right, Tausch, you got 2 minutes. I'm headed to Lambeau Field. We got locker room, then a big space. And we've got LaFleur and the coordinators. What do I need? What do you want me to get to the bottom of today in our 1 day of access leading into Thursday's game?
I mean, I think obviously the big question mark is going to be the injuries and the offensive line. And you're not going to get anything. So I don't know. Maybe you'll find a way to get something, but
kind of a weasel that way.
Yeah, you're good at kind of sliding in there. I think the run game and how we can see that make maybe some strides, but for the most part, I mean, there's not a ton of things outside of injuries that are very concerning to me right now.
How about this? Because this is what I want to talk to Jeff Hafley about. Jared Goff is one type of quarterback. You've talked about him ad nauseum. Get him off the spot, get him out of rhythm, get him out of the system. You're going to potentially eat his lunch. Jaden Daniels, slightly different style of quarterback.
I wouldn't say slightly. I'd say immensely.
Not a polluted mindset. That was a facetious mindset.
Oh, okay.
But that seems like a challenge. And it'll be a pretty good challenge.
Well, the thing I'm always curious about with guys like him, guys that are really explosive out of the pocket, is how much are you willing to give up on the pass rush to play to do the muddle rush and to try to contain and keep that player in the pocket. And the thing about Daniels is he has been a really good thrower of the football too. Mm-hmm. Pick your poison. I think you always want to force guys to do it from in the pocket, but you don't want to give up that aggressive mindset that we saw on Sunday. That was really fun to watch, and I don't think I think we saw the gazelle, the lion, whatever you want to frame it as. You saw him chase. I think with Edgerrin Cooper and the athleticism of everybody else, I'm not as worried about the type of quarterbacks where Colin Kaepernick back in the day killed us. I'm not worried about that with this group.
We will see how it plays out on Thursday. We'll be ready for that. We've got the show still all week long, but today's my only trip to Lambeau Field to talk with the principals involved. We'll have an update tomorrow. Thanks for coming along for the ride with us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.